Hi guys, I'm Leon. I'm 18, a college dropout from Wharton. I made $1.5 million in the past 30 days of just doing Shopify e-commerce. I even hit a 116K day before, and I did roughly around $3 million in sales for ecom within the first year of doing it. I started in around February of 2025, and now it is January of 2026. So I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory of what I was like, so you guys can maybe probably relate to this. But I was a heavy gamer. I really had no ambition in life other than just kind of going to the gym here and there. I was decent at school, like I'm Asian, so obviously I had to be pretty good at school. And so all I wanted was just money. I didn't know how to make money. And so that's when I got into my 9 to 5 and I started working a job, but I hated it. Like I knew I was going to hate it. And so I decided to go there to use that as motivation to hate it even more and to wanting to make more money and to find ways to make money. And so before this, I always never took action, honestly. I always just watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably like that. You guys like to watch He-Man Gadsby. You guys like to watch Andrew Tate, maybe Luke Belmar, all these different guys talking about how to make money and how to succeed in life. And that's how I was exactly like before even going to my 9 to 5 and before even really was being scared of the idea of a 9 to 5 and working a job. I was always like this, and all I wanted was just money in general, right? However, things started to change for me once I just started taking action. And so before I go more into that, I just want to talk about what's kind of in this course and what should you expect in this video. So you're going to see stuff about mindset and how like this probably is one of the most underrated parts about this whole like A to Z course that I'm going to have for you guys in this YouTube video. This is very underrated and you guys should definitely watch this through if you guys want to really succeed, because this is something applicable for all of life. It's not just like e-commerce in general. It's also just different types of business models or just life, relationships, anything like that if you want to succeed in other parts of life besides just making money, because money is not everything about life if you guys don't know that. But I'm going to be diving a lot into different things for the mindset aspect. And then we're going to be talking about how to find winning products, how to get the store up, how to launch ads and see metrics, and how to scale and make money. It's as simple as that. But this will just give you a more deep down run through of how this all works. And so why exactly do I love ecom and why did I choose it over other business models? And so this is a question I was tackling with a very long time. I wanted to do SMMA in the beginning. That was the only other business model that I did before ecom, but at that time I was very inexperienced. I didn't know anything about it. Like I'm not going to shit on other business models right now. Like obviously I have some thoughts behind it because, you know, I debunk gurus, and so I've seen almost all types of business models. And I have a few thoughts for it, but I don't want to shit on it too much because obviously people can make money with it. It's just for me, at least, when I was thinking about which business models I wanted to do, ecom just seemed the most interesting for me, at least. And the idea behind it is that I'm not working for somebody else. If you're doing SMMA, you're technically somebody else's client and you're somebody else's bitch, right? You have a client, right? They pay you, you don't pay, like, they pay you, right? So they can choose when they want to pay you. And so some days you have to go chase them down and hunt them down for the money. It's not like that with Shopify e-commerce, right? Once you make the money, you make the money. It's fucking yours. You're not going to like lose that money. That's not going to go away. And then next thing is I can do it whenever I want and wherever I want. And so I kind of like this flexibility. Most business models honestly are like this nowadays. Like most online business models are like this. SMMA, you can do it anywhere. You can do high ticket sales anywhere. You can do trading anywhere. Kind of, not really. Depends on your sleep schedule. And you can do e-com anywhere. So this is like a very big part of it. That's why I also just hated 9 to 5s in general. I like traveling. I'm going to be moving to Irvine very soon actually. So see you guys there. But next thing is, has very exponential growth. This is insane. Like I'm telling you, I literally did it only for a year and I did 3 million in sales. This is the fastest booming like business model, honestly. And for me at least, like I had many times throughout this year where I didn't like work at all and didn't like lock in. But when I locked in, bro, I saw growth like this. This is what happens when you lock in. You just see exponential growth, and this is probably one of the fastest growing business models. Other ones like SMMA, you need to have reviews, you need to have like testimonials and all these different things, and you need to have experience, and it requires a lot more upfront time and knowledge essentially. And so I know so many people who literally started ecom within 2 or 3 months and started making, you know, 100K, 200K, 300K months. And for me at least, I did it only for 1.5 months and I hit a 17K day, and that ended up being my very first winner, which I did 500K in 3 months. So I was consistently doing around like 150K per month. Obviously that's not profit, that's revenue, so you guys have to remember that in your head. Industry average is around 20% for profit margin, so you guys can kind of do the math and see how much I made in that aspect, right? And on top of that, it's very beginner friendly with the stuff that they teach. When you guys go through this course, you guys will realize that it's actually not that difficult. If you guys want to make it difficult, you guys can make it difficult, but I don't make it difficult. I want you guys to just have the bare bones stuff. Just do the things like the most easy way. Just replicate it, and that's it, right? And on top of that, I get Shopify plaques. I actually just got my second one recently, so here it is for you guys to see. I'm not going to leave the back, but here are my 2 Shopify plaques right here. And yeah, I'm about to get my third one in 3 weeks, I would say. So that's on its way. And then I also get to hear Shopify notifications, which is an awesome feeling. If you guys don't know, your first Shopify notification is the best sounding notification. And on top of that, anyone can really do it. Like I said, very beginner friendly. My boy Josh, he did a 91K day literally off this business model, right? He did more than me on Black Friday. And so if you guys want, I'm going to link down the testimonial video. Not really testimonial, like he wasn't my student exactly, but I taught him a few things and he took advice from it and implemented it. And so you guys can take a look at that video right there. And the only thing I really hate about it is it costs money to get started. That's like the only shitty part about this business model. Like other ones, what you need is you need reviews to get started and jump started, which is a lot harder to get. But money, however, is something that's a little bit easier to get, in my opinion. Like getting a couple $1,000s, like it's not hard. Work a 9 to 5, get a loan from your parents, go do high ticket sales or whatever it is. And I explain more about it in this video, so I strongly suggest watching this video if you guys want to just kind of boost yourself out of the trenches a little bit and make some money, right? And so without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to get some timestamps included as well. And if you guys don't know, these videos are essentially also the same ones from the Discord. And so the reason why I'm making this is because people are asking me to post it on YouTube because it's hard to watch it with shitty graphics on Discord. So here we go. Let's get started and see you guys towards the end. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ecom Debunked here, and I pretty much decided that I wanted to re-record the entire free course again for some reason. I don't know what exactly prompted me to do that, but I know for a fact that I will be giving a lot more sauce in this course than the previous course, especially since during Q4, I've spent a lot of time working on dropshipping. Like I literally went ghost on Instagram, not like ghost, but like I kind of went inactive for like a month or 2 months, and I came back hitting $1 million months, 100K days, and I just want to show you guys that all of this is really possible. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty average kid. I'd say like I'm fairly smart, but I'm not a lot smarter than most of you guys are. Like for all my life, I've always known myself as some kid who's just worked really hard and got to places where I wanted to be at just by putting in a lot of effort. And I want to show you guys and convince you guys that this is very much possible. And there's a reason why I call this dropshipping for dummies, because it's for anyone. Like, if you're in college right now, you have a 9 to 5, you're a high schooler, whatever it is, this is a lot more applicable to you than you may have thought. And I know you've probably seen dropshipping videos and you've probably thought, oh, all this shit is bullshit, all of it is saturated and everything. And that's what I thought as well, until I actually got into it and just put in the work. And the thing is, I've always thought that it was very difficult because all these gurus made it sound like there's so many steps to it that you have to do X, Y, and Z. Or there were some gurus that made it seem like it was very easy. I'm here to tell you that people can do this, whether you're smart, dumb, or whatever. However, it's not going to be so easy to the point that if you just sit back like this and just work, you're going to make it. No, you're going to have to actually put in the work and grind, but anyone can do this. And that's what I want you guys to understand. So if this is you, like if you like resonate with this in any sort of way, maybe you're a gamer as well. Like I used to be a pretty big gamer, and I'm going to talk about my journey so you guys can kind of resonate with my journey and see that I was dead ass just like a normal kid. Like I wasn't cracked at Science Olympiad, like DECA or anything like that. I wasn't like top one at on like a sport or like getting top grades in my class. I was just like a pretty normal kid. And as you can see right here, this is me right here back in, I think this was like 2022. I think this was like freshman year summer. And during this time, I was just playing Roblox, Valorant, Fortnite. I would come back home, finish my homework. It would take like an hour or two, finish it, and just play video games. Like I didn't have like insanely great grades. Like I had like a pretty solid GPA. Obviously, I mean I'm Asian. Like my parents did expect a few things from me, but I had zero purpose, no dreams whatsoever. Very insecure actually, and as you can see, pretty fucking chopped. But yeah, I'm like a normal ass kid, and I continued along, and during junior year of high school, that's when I finally started hitting the gym. And by this point, this is when I started to kind of realize, like, hey, if you like put your effort towards one thing, you can really see like some change with it. And you can see right here, I was pretty scrawny. I did get a little bigger here. I don't know if you can tell, this is not the best picture ever, but I got into the gym, started playing more sports, and slowly but surely, like, I started to see improvements in one aspect of my life, which made me feel very good because from before, like, yeah, I felt like I was improving in like games and stuff, but is that even helpful at all? No, not at all. So I transferred that kind of how do you say it? Like my mindset from back then with games over to playing gym. I mean, going to the gym, playing sports and stuff. And I slowly started to love the process of building things that mattered. And then towards that, after that, during senior year, this was when I started to lock in on college apps. I was very stressed at the time, but because I was working hard in the gym, because I was working hard with sports and everything, all this kind of like snowballed into like my desire to get into a better college and stuff, because this was what my parents were talking about. They're like, you need to go to a good college. Like, I see that you're doing good, like in terms of your health, and that you're doing good in terms of all these hobbies and extracurriculars have. But now it's time to focus on your college apps. And for me, I took this on as a new challenge. And I said to myself, I remember saying this to myself. My parents always wanted me to go to Wharton, but I remember back in freshman and sophomore year, I was just playing video games all the time. So I never thought I would have gone into Wharton. But I worked my ass off. I founded a nonprofit. I was doing like, I did like 4 or 5 different internships. I had like a little gimmicky like startup, but you know, still, they still liked it. So I was working on all these different extracurriculars and really working my ass off in order to get into the school. And you know, submitted my applications and everything like that. And around December, this was when I started selling hair dye. And by this point, I haven't gotten my college application decision back yet, so I was still waiting. But I wanted to find something else that I wanted to do with my time, because I kind of got a little bit tired of sports, and also the gym. Like the gym, I never got tired of, but sports wise, I started getting tired of that, and I didn't really like doing it, especially after I started growing a lot of things like my nonprofit and also like my startup. And I really saw the beauty of just leading a group of people and just working alongside with others. And I really found that to be a lot more fun. And seeing numbers and stuff, that to me felt very, very great. And I don't know, it just pushed me a lot for some reason. So that's why I started getting into side hustles. I mean, at this time too, I was broke as fuck. I didn't have no money. Like nothing was in my bank account. I didn't even know if I had a bank account at this point yet. Like I don't know if my parents even opened one for me. I was literally just getting like a $20 allowance every like 2 weeks or something. But I decided that I wanted to get into some side hustle. So I found out there was this one warehouse that had hair dye, and they were selling it for a very cheap amount because they were shutting down and they needed to get rid of all the stuff because the landlord who owned the warehouse, they were pretty much just kicking out the tenant, and the tenant needed to take out all their stuff, or you know, it just wouldn't look good. And so you know, tenant decides that they need to just leave, like just sell everything for very cheap amounts. And so I decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of these boxes, because I went on eBay, checked it out, saw that the prices were very good. Each one of these boxes sold for like $160 brand new. These were slightly older boxes, so I knew I could sell them for at least like $100. But what I did was I just sold it for like $70, made it very cheap. A lot of people were buying from my eBay store. I also started selling to people in New York and people around the Philly area, all these different types of people. And I was just calling them up, cold calling them. Hey, I got all these boxes and I want to sell them to you at a discounted price. And a lot of the times I would just get the phone hung up on me. But I knew that if I just continued to persist, I would be able to get rid of a bunch of these boxes. So I ended up selling maybe like 20 to 30,000 worth of these boxes, and I made a good amount of money. And like just to I started like around November, but this was when it got pretty serious. And so like within like 2 to 3-ish months, I made a good amount of money. And so yeah, I mean, from then on, I also just like by this point, I got the decision back from Wharton that I was accepted, which was very great and awesome, and I was really, really happy about that. But then because like when stuff like that happens, you kind of slack off, you don't know what to do, high school starts to not become important. So I decided that I was just not going to really care about high school anymore. I didn't really care too much about my GPA. I didn't care about the homework. I didn't care about the test, none of that stuff. And I started to take a good amount of days off of school to pursue ecom. And so the funny thing is, so I had a good amount of money at the time. It wasn't fully mine because I also had like a business partner that I was working with for selling the hair dye. But I had a good amount of money. But then at that time too, I didn't really know like what else I wanted to do because I sold all the boxes. Then what? And so I said to myself, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna get a job. And I was a server at this one place. It's like this like soup dumpling place, and like quite honestly, like it was like fun the first week because I was like, damn, like I actually have a job. Like I'm like doing these things, serving these customers, and for me, it kind of felt like a Roblox like tycoon. But the second week came around, and I absolutely hated this shit. Like I hated driving over there. It was like a 30-minute drive. I hated just being there in general, and I couldn't stand it anymore. So literally, literally 2 weeks getting into the job, I told my manager, I was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna be at the job anymore, but I really appreciate you for allowing me to like work there for a little while and build some skills." It kind of pissed them off. I knew that it pissed them off, and they didn't really like it, but I knew that I had to find something else. So this was when I finally looked into ecom, and I've done ecom way, 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 way back before, like when I was like a little jit. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. I was watching like those like stupid YouTube videos on how to do ecom, and I was just like, I made like the most like stupid site ever. All it had was the product page and an add to cart button, nothing else with it. And I remember I didn't do too well with it. I might have gotten like one or two sales. This was when Facebook was like a gold mine for making money, but I kind of had like a little bit of skills with like making a Shopify store, but I made some money and I lost all of it and I didn't know what I was doing and I ended up just quitting. But I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get back into dropshipping. And to me, this was one of the most like game-changing things for me ever. And so in March, this was when I got my first few sales. I started running this store. It took me a while to set up. I was watching a lot of different videos, probably like you guys right now, just watching these course videos. But I can guarantee you that this free course will teach you way more than anything else that you see online. Like maybe if you were to buy mentorship, that probably will be better than this. But I'm giving you this all to free. All the motherfuckers out there on YouTube who are teaching this like, oh, how to build like a fully like built out like Shopify store in 6 hours. If you watch that video, I guarantee you, you will not make a single dollar. And prove me wrong. Go ahead, watch all of this. Actually, don't watch all of this. Go watch that video and then make a store from it and then come back here and then watch this and you'll realize just how much more clear this is because those people online are showing like 1K screenshots, 2K screenshots. I'm here to show you guys $1 million months, 100K days, and how I did that literally just by dialing the fuck in for not even a year. Like for a good amount of this year, I was not even working that hard. I had a store that started running up, and I printed a good amount of money from it, and then I slacked off for like 4 months, just messing around, tripping, going to like different places, and all that stuff. And then I decided to lock back in for Q4. And if anything, I could say that Q4 was when I made the most amount of changes, and this was literally just like a 2 month run, and I was able to scale up to very huge numbers. But as you can see here in March, I was just watching YouTube videos, didn't really know what I was doing, made a store, not even from like a shrine theme or elixir theme. I made it with fucking gem pages because I thought you had to have like a pretty store and everything. But in fact, that is not exactly true, and I can show you guys how I set up stores in less than 5 minutes, like for a website. But before, before I found out the strategy for how to do it, it was maybe like 20 to 30 minutes to set up like a full website. But even then, 20 to 30 minutes versus this, which took me like I don't even know, like it was like a whole like 3 days to run to make this website, and I actually paid a guy on Fiverr to do it, and that ended up being like a waste of money. It was like $100, and yeah, not the best move ever, and I can teach you guys how to do that much more effectively and much more quickly. So April 2025 was when I really started seeing numbers like coming in, and you can see this. This was 11% conversion rate. This was absolutely insane. At the time, I didn't really know like what was a great conversion rate, but by this point, I tested maybe like 10 to 12 different products, and I didn't see much success with any of those. This was like my like first or second product, and for some reason, it did pretty well as like the first product that I tested. But like the 9 products after that,
I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like throwing shit at the wall, hoping that it would work. And I was just learning a lot from that. And I was completely fine with just losing some money. I mean, I had some money from back then. I maybe lost like 5 to 6K, but I knew that it was all going to be worth it if I just continued to push the gas pedal and just kept working. And so by this point, 10 to 12 different products. And then finally on like the 13th or 14th product, I found like something that started to gain traction. And I never knew what like a winning product looked like. And then slowly but surely, I saw the ROAS skyrocket. It was like a 2 ROAS the first 2 days, 30 days, 4 days, and then it was like 3 to 4 to 5 to like it was an insane ROAS. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? And it just started upping the budgets. And eventually, literally just by doing like brain dead shit, didn't know what I was doing. I was testing like a product like once or like one product every 2-ish days. And I got really fast to a point where I can test like 3 or 4 products per day, but I just don't do that. It's just really, really degen. And I have like a brand running now. But the thing is, you want to test fast. And for a lot of you guys might be like, how is this guy able to test like one product every 2 or 3 days? It takes me like a whole day just to set up a website. Like, watch this course, watch the rest of it, and you'll realize just like how stupid it is to do this. But yeah, I literally like didn't know what I was doing. Hit my first 15K day, slacked off a lot because of this. I was like, God damn, I'm making a fuck ton of money. And then I realized that ecom genuinely was a glitch. I was only working, bro, not even 2 to 3 hours. Like I'll be completely honest. Like the first couple weeks of me doing ecom, like the first month or two, I was working maybe 5 to 6 hours. But once I hit this, I was just not even working. I would say like 30 minutes a day, and I was able to just consistently hit like 10K days throughout this. Like right after this, like the month or two after this, and it was just making me money consistently, and I just really started to become very, very complacent. As you can see, the plat came in. I had a 500K day, all these fucking orders right here, and now I have dropped out of Wharton. I ended up going to Wharton for like a week or two, left it, and now I am printing. This is December of 2025, as you can see here. This is a 112K day. I also had another day where I hit 100K within the span of 15 hours. 15 fucking hours. Like, I don't think you guys realize just how much of a glitch this is. And then you see right here, I made 1.3 million in the past 30 days on just this one store. And this is one store. I had two other stores running, and if I were to click the last 30 days for that, in total, this would be like a 1.6 or 1.7 million dollar month that I made. And this is not like little profit margins. I have been able to really crack the code to understand how to get high ROAS, good profit margins, and this was like 20 to 30% margins, like somewhere around that. I mean, this is across a few different brands. So really understand that this is a money glitch and you guys can all do this. So what exactly will D101 teach me? In essence, it's just how to make money in a very stupid way. And I will pretty much just go through like exactly like the blueprint for like how this whole course is going to look like. The first thing is mindset. If you guys want to take anything out of this fucking course, watch the mindset video. I will guarantee you that whatever you do in your life, this will help you out. I will give you guys generally like really good principles that you can live by in order to become very, very successful. It does not matter what business model you're in. I don't give a fuck if you're doing dropshipping. This just means that I have less competition myself. But if you are not doing dropshipping, you're doing growth operating or whatever it is, mindset comes first. And this sounds so cliche. So many people say like, oh, like mindset this, mindset that. But mindset is everything. And for me, if I didn't have a good mindset during Q4, if I was not like dialed the fuck in, I would not be able to see these numbers. And as I was saying, I was working 12 to 14 hours. Some of you guys can't even work 30 minutes a single day. And I wasn't able to do that a few months back. So what exactly changed? I will tell you guys. Then it's like how to find a winning product on Calidata, sounds basic, how to make basic Shopify stores to that convert with really good product picks and good offers, how to find ads on TikTok and just launch them on Facebook. I'll go more into depth about that. How to test, scale, and launch products fast. Speed is everything. Sounds like every other course, right? And the thing is, yes, every dropshipping structure is the same. It's different as to how you teach it, though. So for a lot of people, I hope you guys took a few things out of this and you guys really dial in and understand and watch the course and do things at the same time as I'm teaching it. Like, as I'm talking about Shopify, create your Shopify store. Stop watching and taking fucking notes. Stop doing that shit. Just do the work. It's not that fucking hard. But anyways, yeah, I teach you guys how to do it in a pretty brain dead and fast way, which allows you to learn a lot quicker and a lot faster and grow a lot quicker. So that is the first video that I have for you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. All right, so this is honestly going to be like the most important video that you guys watch. As I was saying in the previous video, this is about mindset and essentially how you can conquer your head in order to make the most amount of money in, the shortest amount of time. And for me at least, like I was able to pretty much flip my mindset around entirely. And by this point, I have been loving work. I absolutely love ecom. I absolutely love doing everything that I do, teaching you guys all this stuff. And this is what drives me every single day. And this is what allows me to work so many hours every single day. And most of you guys just can't even sit down and just work for a little while. And it's actually pretty depressing to see. But the very first thing is to figure out your why, right? Some of you guys want to make money off dropshipping because you just want money. You want financial freedom. Some of you guys want to make money to escape your 9 to 5, and this kind of correlates with financial freedom. And another thing is maybe it's like you want to support your family. Maybe your mom or dad or whoever it is in debt and you want to be able to support them financially. Or maybe it's like you love fucking cars and you just want to be able to drive whatever car you want. Or it's like you just want to travel all across the world. But the very first step is to understand yourself and to figure out why you're doing what you're doing. If you don't actually have a passion to do this stuff, then there's really no point in even trying because you're going to give up within the first one or two product tests that fail. And I knew from the very start exactly as to what I wanted. I wanted to just be financially free so that I can afford food, so that I can buy cool cars if I wanted to buy any sort of cool cars, or if I can go out and like a treat a person out to dinner or something. Like that's what I wanted to feel like. I didn't want to go around like, holy shit, like I don't know if I have enough money, like should I like put just $30 into the gas? No, I want to just be able to put in my fucking gas on my card and just put the full tank, fill up the full tank, and that would be it for me. That was my why. I wanted to just reach financial freedom and feel comfort in every possible, like in every single possible like angle. And so that was what my why was. And now you need to really just sit down and just figure out why exactly you want to do this. Not just because it's like cool and like, oh, you think you can make a lot of money and all this stuff, but like, why do you want all this money? Why do you want to make this money like quick? Why do you want to make all this like crazy amounts of money? Like, really ask yourself that question because this is what's going to allow you to push yourself has so many different kinds of like moments and roads where you're going to be at pit bottom. And I will talk a little bit more about that as well. So the very second thing is consistency kills the valley of death. And what the valley of death is, a lot of companies, like sometimes they just make a like good amount of money and then they plateau a bit, or maybe they continue to make money, but all of a sudden they just drop down. They stop making money. Things start to slow down. And this could be for whatever reason. I've had many moments in my business where things just stopped working as well. Maybe it could be like a supplier, like supplier chain just went down, tariffs, whatever it is. People will face, and you will face moments where you just stop making money and everything just feels like shit. Like maybe one day, like you find your winning product and you start hitting 2 to 3K days, and all of a sudden it just tanks, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? It was just doing so well. Like maybe dropshipping is dead, but that's called the valley of death, and too many people experience this. And if you want, like, this is how like my ecom journey kind of looked like. Like, if this was a graph, um, this was like how much money I'm making. So first off, I started losing money, right? Right. I started losing money, and then at moments I would make a little bit, but I'd continue to lose money. And then eventually I found my winner in March, right? I found my winner, no, in April, I mean. And then I made a good fuck ton of money. And then I got really complacent right here. And so what happened was it started a dip, and I'm like, oh shit, like I need to lock in. But as I'm locking in, it didn't really start to work anymore. And I was like, shit, like maybe dropshipping is getting pretty dead. And so by this point, I was like pretty much just plateauing, just staying around the same amount of money. Didn't know what to do exactly. And then Q4 started to hit, and I was like, crap, like my product, it's kind of seasonal right now, and it's just dipping and dipping and dipping. And by this point, I'm almost close to the same exact spot that I was at in the very beginning, which is absolutely insane to think about, but this happens. And by Q4, I could have just given up. I could have just gone to college and just worked in investment banking position, private equity, or whatever the fuck it is, and, slaved my way like in the fucking desk office. And so I didn't want that. And so what I noticed was like, you know what? I need to take a big risk. Either I'm going to sit here in Wharton and not learn anything and go into investment banking and just hate my life, or I'm going to dip out and make a fuck ton of money. And so I said to myself, you know what? I'm moving out. I'm moving out of Philly and I am going to take my life seriously. And so during Q4, still continue to lose money. I was negative in October. I mean, no, not in October, in September. And I'm completely transparent about this stuff because you guys have to realize that not everyone is printing fucking money. And I wasn't printing a lot of money and I started to fall off a little bit. This was why I stopped posting on Instagram because I was like, damn, I'm not making that much money right now. So I decided to lock in on Q4. And here we are, fucking Zoom, Zoom like that. I don't even know like what to say to myself because this was not expected at all. I didn't fully expect this, but this is what happens when you just continue to grind every single day and you don't let like moments like these like affect you. This shouldn't ever affect you. Like you should see this as like, oh fuck, I just came across an obstacle and it's time for me to get past it. So if you lose a lot of money on your first product, okay, continue. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Cry? Cry? Go back to your 9 to 5? You're gonna cry even more there. So might as well just fucking try and actually make it work. Give it all that you have within a few months until you go to like negative 30,000 in debt. I know a few guys who went negative 30,000 in debt, and guess what? They built the next 8-figure brand. That shit happens. And you want to know what allows them to do that? Strong as fucking head and not being able to quit. Ugh. But next thing, step 3, work with delusion. This kind of goes hand in hand with everything else that I said. You need to work with like absolute insanity. Like you can't be working 30 minutes a day, an hour a day. You can't be working that much. You have to be working more than that. If you're not working more than that, just don't do this at all. You're just wasting your time. And by that point, you're going to just waste money, drain it, and you're not going to be able to do this. So if you actually want to take this shit seriously, take it seriously. Like, not like, oh, you know what? Like today, I'm just gonna like make a website. No, no, no. Today, I want you to make your website. I want you to refine your product images. I want to make sure your offer is the best that it can be and launch your fucking product. Wake up the next day and see what your metrics are. That's how it should be like. Not, it shouldn't be a whole fucking 2 weeks to be able to launch a product. Just move fast like this. Move fast like this and just work. Just keep working. Sit at your desk. You're gonna hate your life for a little bit. Stop hanging out with some people because you know, like as common as this is to say, you are who you are closest with. So the people that you hang around the most, you're gonna become them. So if you're partying every single day with some party fucks, you're gonna be partying every single day. That's just how it's gonna be like. I mean, like science says this, social, like society says this, everyone says this. We all know this stuff. So get out of the party stuff, like low key, like hang out less with some of the people. Obviously, don't completely fuck up your health and your social, like your social life, but really understand that you need to kind of back up a little bit. And the thing is, if somebody is supportive of what you do, they're going to be able to understand. They're going to be like, oh, God, okay, this guy, he is working hard as fuck right now, and I completely respect that, and I want the best for him. That's what a good friend should be like. Not a friend who's like, bro, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he trying so hard? And he's going to try to convince you out of it because a lot of people cannot stand the fact that you have bigger goals and ambitions than them. And so what they're going to do is they're going to drag you down. They're going to drag you down along to wherever they're at right now. And so that's the only way to make themselves feel better because they aren't able to take the initiative and actually do something about their life. And so what they're going to do is demotivate you, bring you down, and hope that you don't ever succeed. Because when you actually succeed, they're going to have a deep feeling and chest pain that like, fuck this guy. Why did he actually succeed? And you'll know by then that these were never real friends from the start and that these guys just like fucking around with you and they don't actually want to see success with you. And so stay away, work with delusion, close yourself off a little bit and be able to just work. Like all it takes is a few months. And like I can say this too, like Q4, 2 months of working hard as fuck every single day. And here we are now, really seeing the fruits of my labor. And I'm really happy with my ability to just like work in silence and just fucking dial in. And I want you guys to be able to do the same thing. Step 4, do the important things only. If you guys still don't know what the 80-20 rule is, just like search it up and kind of understand it. But what this means is 20% of your efforts equals to 80% of your results. And 80% of your efforts equals to 20% of your result. And this might not really make sense surface level, but what I mean by this is that there are a lot of things that you don't need to care about. A lot of you guys care about things like, okay, let's just talk about life for now, and then I'll give you an example about ecom. a lot of you guys in life, you guys think about having balance, right? You guys care about being able to go to the gym, eat the correct amount of food, have the right diet, everything like that, right? And then also do work on top of that. But the thing is, when you focus on all of these different things, you're not able to get the most out of it. Let's say if you were to just focus on the 20%, which is, your work, and you just completely focused fully on just this 20%. Like this 80% right here, this is your diet. This is like the gym and everything. If you just stop caring about this and you just focus on your work, guess what? You're working 10 to 12 hours every single day. You do not have any other reason but to succeed. And I used to think this was so cringe to say, but this shit's real. It's actually real, and it's changed my life. And I want you guys to be able to understand this stuff. And the next thing is like things about ecom, right? So let's take a Shopify website, for instance. A lot of you guys care about how your website looks like. You want to know something funny? Here's your Shopify store, right? Here are your product images. Here's your product right here. This is your product. This is your logo up here, your Shopify logo or whatever. And here's your product name. Product name. Here's your offer. And then down here you have like other things like pictures, like, oh, okay, this is like let's say this is like a mop. Then you maybe have like a picture of somebody using the mop, and then it has like little details about what is being said about the mop. And then down here there are like reviews and stuff, blah 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 blah. If you guys download something called Vitals on your Shopify store, you can see all the customers that land onto your website and how they actually interact with your page. So let's say your page is very, very long, right? And you have all these things down here. You have more things down here. I don't know what the fuck you're going to have down here, but you have more things down here, right? Funniest shit ever. People, 90% of customers look at this. They look at your product image. They look at your product name. They look at your offer. And that's it. They don't scroll down here. 90% of them. And there are some of you guys who are tweaking out. Holy fuck. Does this button look right? Does this fucking review look legit? My guy, 90% of customers are not coming down here. So how about you just focus on these three things right here, get these correct, and then if it's a winning product, you're hitting 10K days, then maybe care about the stuff down here. Because I guarantee you it doesn't matter. And this is what I'm saying. 20%. 20%. This right here probably only takes what? 20 minutes for you, for beginners, right? This down here, maybe another 40 to 50 minutes. This is your 80%. This is your 80% right here. And guess what? It only contributes to 20% of your results. So stop thinking about the little shit that does not matter, because it doesn't matter. Next thing, stop being a pussy. You'll lose money. Accept it. Accept it. Give me a second. See this cat right here? You don't want to be this fucking cat. Stop being a pussy and accept the fact that you will lose money and that you're going to eventually make money if you just have a big mindset that, oh, I'm going to lose some money, but I'm also going to make some money. And too many of you guys are too scared to lose money. Some of you guys will even look at some of my affiliate links and you're going to be like, shit, should I buy ecom tools, which saves me $4,000 a month on all these different spy tools? Should I buy Toolsfleet? Like, should I buy it, or should I just save some money and just wait, and then, maybe in like a week or so, maybe I'll buy it. I don't know. But this slows down way too many of you guys. Like, I used to be that type of guy who would look at a $20 subscription. I would sit there for like 10 minutes. I'd be like, fuck, do I want to buy it? Is there any promo codes on there? Now, I can't. I just can't. I don't even think about it. I just put my credit card information in, bang, and it's done. It's just like that, because I know that this will eventually make me some money, and that you guys need to have that mindset that you'll eventually make money from it. Just actually utilize what you just bought and make it to good use. So stop being a pussy and just do it. Next thing, priorities over balance. And I kind of said this earlier, but you guys cannot balance so many different things at once. You have to figure out what your priorities are and what matters the most, right? And sometimes this means you kind of have to sacrifice a little bit of time away from friendships, from your health, from sometimes even family. As harsh as it is to say, sometimes you have to back away from families. The most important thing in your life, by the way. This is the most important thing in your life, and you still have to kind of back away from it. And it's not like you fully close off. No, don't close off. Just back away, step back, and focus on your shit. And for a lot of you guys, this will actually be a lot more beneficial than you guys think. My parents, They were not very supportive of it from the start, but I knew that I had to kind of take a step back. They didn't want me to leave the house and they didn't want me to move out and do work, but I knew that I had to do it. I had to do it, and there was just no other option but to do it. And now that I've made a good amount of money, I talked to them, I called them. They're so much more proud of me, and every single conversation is just so much better. There's so many more things to talk about, and I'm so excited to just be able to fly them out for a trip this year. And that's one of the benefits of being able to just lock in. You get to see the fruits of your labor in a different type of way. And it's very, very empowering and very inspiring. And some of you guys just can't accept the fact that you kind of have to take a step back from things. And it's completely fine. If somebody understands what you're trying to do, they'll respect you. They'll respect your space. And slowly, like within a week or two, I kind of talked to my parents and I was like, hey, like, look, guys, like, I want to do this right here. I want to do this. This is what I'm passionate about. Just give me some time and I'll be back. 100% I'll be back. And I guarantee you it'll be a lot better. They gave me the space. They let me breathe. They didn't bother me too much. And here we are now. This is the power of just being able to focus on the most important things. Goes right back to the 80-20 rule and focus on the important stuff. Next thing is reinvest back into the business. I just saw a kid on Instagram. I don't know if you're watching this video. You probably know who you are, but you bought a BMW after hitting 10K days. I don't even know. Like people are saying like no ship or whatever, but I don't want to get into those accusations. But don't buy a fucking car when you're only hitting like fucking 5 to 10K days and it has not been more than a month or two. If you know for a fact that you are not going to be consistently hitting those days after X amount of time, don't buy a car. Stop being stupid. Stop financing your cars, guys. I mean, sure, that will make you guys work harder. And in a sense, it's kind of like, oh, don't be a pussy. But still, you just drained all of your money. How are you going to be able to build your next brand to 7, 8 figures when you don't even have capital? You need capital to be able to survive in these situations and be able to have the proper cash flow in order to run your business. But if you just buy a BMW, buy a Corvette, thinking that, oh shit, I rock the world now that I'm making 7 to 8K days, I make 100K days and I still haven't bought a car yet. I mean, I do have an M4, but that was not the smartest decision, but even then, I still have not purchased a new car yet with this money that I've made. And I'm just thinking of investing the money that I made, or maybe I'll sell the M4 that I have right now and maybe get something slightly a little bit better for just being able to congratulate myself. But the thing is, I have capital. I have more capital than you guys do, and I'm able to survive off of that. Unlike you guys with fucking like 5K left in your bank account. Like, dude, that's low-key sad. That's really sad. And so reinvest back into the business until you hit like certain figures. Like let's say you're 5 times liquid compared to your car, then go ahead, buy the car. Like you have money to spare. But some of you guys are 40K liquid, you buy a 35K car thinking that you're the shit. Bruh. Next thing, test fast, build a foundation. This is really, really important as well. Like I said, you want to be able to move fast in this e-com space. People, especially with what I'm teaching you guys, this is not like slowly build the skills. This is fast, do it fast, learn as quick as you can, and that's how you're going to be able to succeed. Like I was saying, I was testing 2 to 3 different products a day. Sounds degenerate, but it works. It works very, very well. And once you find a winner, it's game over. So, the summary to all of this can be concluded in this. All right, I suggest just taking out a notebook, write this out, find out why you want to do this so that it will motivate you and discipline you to work on a consistent and delusional basis. So you do not get upset by the ups or downs, the valley of death, nor do you get too excited by the ups being financially retarded. You put your head down, you work, and just keep working until you have reached a point of true success, not quick success, aka buying cars, designers, dumping all the money away. So be smart with it. These are the 8 guiding principles that I have in my life. They're much more simple than all the bullshit that some of these like gurus say, like, oh, you have to wake up and do like ice baths. No, it's much more simple than you think. And if you guys really take this seriously, I believe you guys can make it work. And so I will see you guys in the next video where I will be explaining a bit about what dropshipping is and just giving you guys a rundown for it. All right, this next video is pretty much going to be about what exactly is dropshipping for some of the people out there who haven't really heard it yet and are slightly confused about how this all works. And so essentially what dropshipping is here, I'm going to grab this right here. So let's take a look at this. So the customer buys product in your store, right? And this is your Shopify store. And then you order the product from your supplier who is going to be in China because this is where you're going to be able to get better quotes and better prices. Otherwise, if you try to ship from the USA, you're going to get fucked by your margins. And then the supplier ships the product over to the customer. So from China, let's say that somebody in the US bought it, so they're going to ship it all the way back to the, oops, all the way back to the customer who is in the US, and then the customer receives the product. And you might be wondering, how exactly do I bring my customers to the store, right? And you'll be using Facebook ads. Facebook ads are the best type of ads to do. That are the easiest to scale, like right off the bat. Like people are able to scale from literally nothing to like 10K days within a few days. It's just like the Facebook auction is a lot more different, and also how strict the platform is. It's a lot more lenient for newcomers. So anybody that's just getting started, they can get started and start ripping off with Facebook ads. So as you can see, it's a very simple process as to how dropshipping works. And essentially, let's say that you have a $30 product, right? And then in China, it costs $5 to make and also ship to your customer. And so that means that you make a $25 profit before Facebook ads, and then you have to spend money to acquire the customer for your Facebook ads. So maybe that's $10, right? It takes $10 to acquire one customer to go to your store and purchase on your store, and you make a $15 net profit, which is pretty solid. You're probably not going to see $10 cost per acquisitions, or will you see $5 sourcing from China? But this is generally like a decent blueprint for exactly how all of this stuff kind of looks like. And the funny thing is, a lot of you guys have a very bad perception of dropshipping. You're like, oh, like this is only what like little kids do, and like people who are trying to scam and stuff. Funny thing is, Valvetronic System, if you guys like cars, these were dropshipped from the start. All of this company came from dropshipping. Now they have a warehouse in Pennsylvania, and I'm actually probably going to head over to their warehouse soon. But they have a warehouse in the U.S. now, and so they're no longer dropshipping. But they used to be a dropshipper, and then they became a real brand. Brought a bunch of stock that they bought from China and sent maybe like 20,000, 30,000 units all the way to the US. And then from the US, that's where they ship out the products and get much better shipping time. Same thing with Gymshark. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this stuff. And you guys can search all of this stuff up. I'm not just like bullshitting. Maybe there was like something that maybe like one of these isn't exactly correct, but this is what I just found from like a website. Actually, Valvetronic System, I know that they were dropshippers before. Foot Locker too. Foot Locker, you guys buy shoes from them and you guys clown on dropshipping. Nordstrom as well, and one of the biggest stores for the malls and stuff. And here, I'm just going to give you guys some examples, and I know like 100% certainty, like these guys, like I know the owners of them. I don't know them personally, but I know the owners of these guys are printing stupid amounts of money. And here is one of the source. It's Brazilian. You guys can search it up. You can do a similar web check as well. They're hitting 200K every single day. And this is MRR, so they are probably hitting 60 to 70% profit margins. And so 200K days, let's just do some math. I mean, 200K times, let's say 50% profit margins on a lower end. So they're making 100K profit every single day. Do that times 365, they're making $36.5 million every year. And you investment bankers, you guys thinking about doing AI software and all this complicated shit, are sitting at like measly 100K per year salaries. Somebody's making that in a day. And this guy right here, all he had to do was build out a system, understand like some of the principles that I'll teach you. Obviously, he understands it to a much greater depth than what this course is going to teach you. But this is just insane. Like this is 200K days. This used to be a store that blew up, and then they kind of like got lazy with their creatives, and I don't know exactly what happened. This store was hitting insane numbers as well, 20, 30, 40K days. Look at how simple this website look. Like what even is it? Like some of you guys like look at this and like you're thinking like, oh wow, there's no way this guy's even making money. It's a boring site. It's a basic site. There's nothing special about it. Like it's really basic, and they're still hitting some crazy numbers. I mean, look at this one right here. I'm not too sure how much they're hitting, but I know they're hitting at least 50K days. They have proper built out advertorials, pre-landers. This is something that you do not need to know about. Please don't even go searching it up. Don't even search it up because you don't need to understand it just yet. This is not foundational skill, so ignore that. But I'm just trying to get to you guys that these are like people printing off of dropshipping. Like these guys started off dropshipping as well, and now they're a real brand. They have like stock in the US and they're shipping really fast. They all started dropshipping, and these guys are hitting 100, 200K days. Like it's absolutely mad. And here are some of the very simple stores that are, this is what pretty much you'll be making. And these guys are hitting 30K days, 40K days right here. These guys are hitting easily 300K days. I don't even like these guys sniped the product. They got it before anybody else did and just scaled to the moon. Absolutely scaled to the moon. And look at how like simple the site is. Like this right here, just making this is like 5 minutes of work. I can get this done in like 5 minutes. Like this is the catching bundles right here. This is a kaching bundles. This is your offer. These badges, I think these are custom built badges. You don't need to have this. This is something that Shrine already has. You just literally type in the words as ChatGPT would have put in there. Shrine also has this. Shrine also has this. They have all this shit. Like they have this stuff. You literally just type in words. Like and there's no coding or like anything like that for building this website. It's not as difficult as you think. That's what I used to think. Like I thought that like, oh, if I have to like code a website in order to build something like this. But these guys, I watched them. The funny thing is I actually like was trying to run this product too because I knew it was going to be a winner. But these guys managed to get the Holy Grail winning ad and they scaled to 200K plus days. Very, very sad. And they don't even have a kaching offer, which is even more sad because I know that these guys just don't know what they're doing. Look, two product images. That's all they have. Very simple. Simplest website ever. Could you imagine that these guys are making 200K plus a day? Very unconventional way of making money, but it works. And you guys don't believe me? Just search up the website. Go to similarweb.com. If you guys don't know what similarweb.com is, go here. If you want to like really, if you think I'm bullshitting, buy a subscription, buy like a 7-day free trial, input those websites in, and you will see that they have a bunch of traffic flowing in on a day-to-day basis, and it looks very nasty and very unbelievable. But these are very, 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 very high converting, super high converting, and all it takes is really good ads and just understanding the most important things: the product picture and your offer, which this guy doesn't really have, and still he was able to hit stupid numbers. And this is exactly why it's called dropshipping for dummies, because I realized in the last 11 months of doing ecom and doing this, it's a really retarded way of making money. And one product can change your life. Like the funny thing is, if you guys search up these guys on Facebook, you can see the kids who are running it. They're starting to post like their own custom content. It's like some white dudes who are doing it. It's very interesting, but you can see how they have like properly scaled up the store. And you can kind of use that and reverse engineer. Just search up ads library, and you'll see that it's just like some kids, literally kids, just like me and you. Unless you're somewhat older, and they just made it. They genuinely have changed their life because of it. And I'm very sure, like, sure, this sounds like very unsustainable, but this isn't the point. The point is you build the foundation first, and once you build the foundation, then you can think about scaling your brand and really making it an exit. And these are like the brands that I'm talking about. These brands right here, they're all scaled up. These guys can sell their brand. This guy can sell their brand for, he can probably sell it for 10 million. Oh, maybe more than that. Maybe like 30 to 40 million, like just off of this. And that's the beauty of an exit. You you work so hard, you start from drop shipping, then you bring it to the US, and then you start fulfilling from the US, and so it becomes a real brand. Then you have custom packaging, you have your name on it and everything, and then you exit the brand, you sit a fuck ton of money, and you're done with life. You have 30 million in your bank account. What else do you need to do? Some of you guys only need $1 million in your bank account, and you're done. You're literally done with life. There's nothing else for you to achieve, and you guys can easily do this. Like this right here is probably going to be able to sell for 60, 70 million dollars in for an exit, and that's the true beauty of ecom. And so, yeah, that is the video on how dropshipping is, and a little debrief on it. Yo, guys, this is another video. I feel like I'm losing my throat right now because I'm speaking so much, but we're definitely gonna. This is also a very important video for understanding what exactly you want to look for when you're doing your product research, whether that be on Calidata, TikTok, Facebook, or whatever it is. You can find these products technically anywhere. I'll give you guys like in a video or two. I don't know what the structure is, but in a few videos I'll just pretty much tell you guys like what softwares I use exactly in order to find like these products much more easily. So some of the product criteria that I look for, and this is from like the most important to like the least important, and all of these are like pretty important. Obviously, it would be best if you could have all of them, but sometimes you're not going to be able to see some products with all these criteria. Some of them only fit like a few, one of them, which is totally fine as well. And I want you guys to realize this is not like fully like strict. Like it's not like, oh, if it doesn't do exactly this, then it can't be a winning product. Sometimes like there are some pretty retarded products that can kind of like move its way around things. Sometimes if it's like a seasonal thing, like very seasonal thing, like during like I don't know, like how like controversial this is to say, but like during like Charlie Kirk's death, a lot of Bible sales went up. Hopefully that doesn't like strike anything at all, but that could be like a great time for you to start selling Bibles. And a lot of people actually have capitalized on that, like TikTok Shop, Amazon. Like if you can see like actual charts and like the views and stuff, a lot of Bible sales went up during that time, and so like it can kind of all have like its own like little leeway into like whether or not it'll work or not. It's whether it's really just about like your own intuition and how you kind of think of it as, and just testing too. Like sometimes you don't even know if something's going to be a winner until you just make a store for it and launch the ads for it. So the very first one is fulfilling a deep desire. This means a lot of different things. Like desire can come in a bunch of different ways, and as you can see in these three different examples right here, we have a seasonal desire. This right here, or like this right here is pretty much just like a gecko toy that climbs on the wall and stuff, and essentially um, this fulfills like the desire to be able to buy your kid like a nice present, or like or maybe like somebody in the house like would think it'd be very very cool. So this could be also like a desire just to have like a cool product around, right? But then you have to ask yourself, does it fulfill like a very deep desire? Like is it like enough for you to go out of your way to actually go ahead and purchase it, right? And so during Christmas time, this is really good. This is when the desire in the market to purchase gifts and stuff is a lot greater. And one thing that Eugene Schwartz says, if you guys don't know who Eugene Schwartz is, this is the king of marketing. Like you guys, this is like a $600 book here. Like it's only like a couple hundred pages, but this is a $600 book right here. And I've never seen a book that is this expensive. That's how you know whatever is in there is actually helpful. And it's like the one thing he says that a lot of people miss, which is the fact that desire cannot be created. And that is something that's very important. You can't create like like the desire for people to buy toys all of a sudden in like the summertime. It's not the time yet for that. People are looking for toys and stuff during the Christmas season. So that's what you have to realize. Like when that time comes around, that's when channel that desire and be able to sell a product through that desire. And so like same thing goes with like buying heated clothes or like a hoodie or blankets. Like those all peak during winter season for a reason, because those are when people actually need those things, not during like the summertime when it's really hot. And same goes vice versa. The next thing could be like a deep desire to fulfill some sort of pain that you have, whether it be like back pain, like you can have a posture corrector, like or whether it be like the pain of like having like a very stinky breath, and you're like fuck, like all these people are saying all these things about me, they don't want to talk to me, and that really makes me feel very emotional. And I also like, and because humans are like emotional creatures, they'll be able to buy off of these emotions. And so if you're able to really tap into their emotions and that specific desire, then it's going to be a lot easier to sell to them. Next thing we have is a like sexual desire. And some people, like when they're 40s to 50s, they no longer have the desire to have sex anymore. And so if you sell something that is able to reignite that in somebody's marriage, this could be a very great product. In fact, this product right here, there's been multiple companies that sold it. Every single one of them probably have hit 100K days. I know the big guy that's doing it is probably hitting 250K days around that, like off of a pillow. And if you want to search it up, it's Virion right here, Virion. Search it up. Do your own little research. Like it's a basic site. This is a basic Elixir website. Looks very complicated, but it's a lot less complicated than you think. So yeah, just go ahead, take a look at it. I'm not bullshitting any of this stuff. Posture correctors, when they were not like very trendy and somebody started selling it, they blew up. I'm sure somebody has probably hit 300, 400K days with it. But now, like, everyone kind of knows what a posture corrector is. And this also goes to another point, which is something called market sophistication, which is, oh, do people already know about this product? And the thing is, this product is rather new. This like little sex pillow right here, this is rather new to the market. And so once you show it to the market, people are like, whoa, what is this thing? Like, this looks pretty cool. And so they're going to be able to buy from it. But if they constantly see it year after year after year, there's going to be less and less buying intent. And that's the same thing with the back posture corrector. So you have to be able to really like notice like what are good times to actually sell the product, because everyone knows what a back posture corrector is, and I'm sure there's already a brand that's scaling it very very hard right now, so maybe it's not a good idea to sell this. Another thing could be like religious belief, as I was saying earlier, with like Bibles and stuff. You can sell Bibles, like maybe during times of like New Year's when people are like actively trying to like deepen their like religious like their connection with God or whatever. Maybe it's a better time to sell it, and that's another point. Like desire becomes stronger during the New Year's, and so it's going to be easier to sell products, right? So really understand that. And here are some bad examples. Like there's no like true deep desire for somebody to go out of their way to buy something like this. This is only for these products only work well on like Amazon or TikTok Shop, and even then, like you won't be able to sell this product for a lot of money too. Same thing with this right here. Somebody can just go into Walmart or Target and purchase it. Where do you see this product right here in Walmart or Target? Where do you see this in Walmart or Target? Or like you can probably find them on Amazon or TikTok, but people don't instinctively think that once they see a product like this on their Facebook ad, like they're gonna see the Facebook ad and they're gonna be like, oh, this is hella cool. Like I've never seen something like this before. And that's very important. I've never seen something like this before. And so I don't know if there's anywhere else to buy it. And so they'll just go into your website and just purchase it. But everyone knows you can buy these things from Home Depot. This right here from Walmart, a hair curling ironer. This goes back to the market sophistication. Everyone knows what a hair curling iron is. Why would you sell it? There's already a big brand for it. And that big brand has already conquered this market, and so there's no point in selling something like this. So even though these have deep desires, like oh, you might say like oh, the gym person needs this because it's like fulfilling a deep desire. Think again, like really think about it. And so this is what separates the people that really learn from the products that they test versus the people who are just testing blindly. Once you understand like what fulfills a true deep desire that is like not fully like tapped in yet, like and everyone is selling it, that's a very good product, right? And so your goal is to find a deep desire that's enough for someone to go out of their way to put their credit card information into your website. Remember, these guys are just scrolling. They're scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on ads. Most of you guys who are like, you know, just average teenagers or college students, you guys scroll, and whenever you see an ad, you just scroll right past it. But you have to think from your customer's point of view. These guys are scrolling, and same thing, like they scroll, and if it's not something that captures their attention enough and has enough of a deep desire that hits their pain points and their emotional like feelings, then they're not going to buy from it. Like if you were to show like a protein shake like bottle to like some random person on Facebook, do you really think they're gonna stop there and be like, huh, do I want to buy this product? No, they're just gonna move along. But if you show like a gecko toy that's climbing on the wall and all this shit during Christmas season, someone's gonna buy it. And yeah, that's a very important distinction to be able to understand. Next thing is visual and viral. This right here, as I was saying earlier, it people are scrolling, so you want to have something that really stops the scroll, and they're able to see the outcome of it in the quickest way possible. Like for the gecko, for instance, you could see how visual this is. It's literally climbing on the wall. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Like it stops the scroll. People are like, wow, this is really cool. And you really think about it, and then you're like, okay, so the outcome of it is like, okay, I can have like a happy kids running around and stuff. And so sometimes the best videos for selling this gecko is like showing like how excited a kid is like with the product, and then like instinctively the person's like, oh, like, oh, okay, so if I buy this gecko, that means that I'll have a happy kid for Christmas. And so once they build that connection, that's how people buy. Like all of this stuff is driven by emotions and by all these different factors. And if you take a look at this right here, this is instant eye tightening, and so you can see how like huge of like a, I don't even know what that thing is called, like how huge like a valley or whatever like is going on in his eye. Like you can see on this end, and then look at what happens right here. He puts it on, he puts some heat over it with his hair dryer, and now it kind of goes away. And this helps get rid of some people's insecurities. And that's also another thing. Some people have insecurities, and as I was saying earlier with like the bad breath, people have these insecurities and they want to be able to get rid of them. And so some people have insecurities that they're getting older and stuff. And so by having an instant eye tightening cream, they're able to fulfill the desire of feeling young again. And that's really important. And so it's very important to have something that's visual and viral, stops the scroll and immediately shows the outcome of it. And it really proves to the person that's watching, like it actually does work. And they're going to feel much more inclined to actually buy what you're selling. So capture attention, show them the outcome, and that equals a purchase. The next thing is perceived value, and this equals to higher AOV, and I'll go into why higher AOV is really important for scale and especially with Facebook. So if you look at these like things right here, this looks like much more of a perceived, this has like a lot more value than if you were to sell like a normal looking, like very basic looking steamer. And look at this heated sock right here. This actually has like a whole electric block in here or something like that to actually heat up the stock. Now compare this with this. When somebody sees a stock, they're like, wow, this is cheap. This is like like $5. Like, why am I going to buy it from somebody's website? And then now when you think about this is a lot more perceived value because there's actual there's actual technology and actual differences in this product that makes it different from just like a normal stock. And if you think about like selling like a screwdriver, sure, everyone needs like a screwdriver at some point, like somebody needs a screwdriver, but it doesn't have perceived value. And what this is really important for is something called good margins. And I'm going to go into this now, and then I'll skip this one right here. But good margins is very important because if you're selling a if you are trying to sell this product right here, you can only sell this for like $5. But if you think about it in Facebook ads term, you're not going to be able to acquire a customer for less than $1. This is just impossible. And before, as I was saying, like how the whole like thing works is like, let's say you're selling a product for $30, right? And it costs $10 to acquire a customer. That means it costs $10 in Facebook ads to actually make somebody purchase from your website, and then it costs another like $8 to ship out the product. Then look, you have a $12 margin right here, and you netted $12. And the thing is, you can't do this with like a $5 sock. Like no one is gonna like you can price your sock at $30, but no one's gonna buy it. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm not paying $30 for a freaking sock. But obviously there are some ways to be able to manipulate around this, and you can sometimes bundle a few different things together and make it look like has more perceived value. Like what one good company does is it's like Beard Club. I think this is what they are called. Yeah, right here. So they just sell a derma roller. They sell a derma roller, and for a lot of people, like people think like, oh, that's just like a cheap thing. Like it's just like $10 on Amazon. Everyone knows what a derma roller is. But these guys are really smart with their marketing, and they've been able to make something called Advanced Growth Kit. And look at all these different things that they have with it. And this looks like so much more perceived value because you get all these different things instead of just one derma roller, which is only $9. And as you can see, like that is not enough to scale on Facebook. And Facebook is a lot harder to get scaling on because there's so many more different people and so many more people coming into the auction. And essentially how it works is like if there's more people bidding, like, let's say you're at a car auction, let's say there's only three people in there and they're selling this Lamborghini, right? If there's only three people auctioning in there, guess what? It's going to be much easier for you to get that car at a lower price because there's only three people competing. Now, let's say that there's 200 people in that same auction. Somebody might say 100K. Next person says 120K. This could keep going on for on and on and on until somebody says like 200K. And guess who gets the full price? The person who has the highest bid and the highest auction. And that's kind of how Facebook ads work. And so you have to realize that it's getting a lot more expensive to be able to acquire customers at a lower CPA. On average, industry average for Facebook ads now is probably around like $15 to I'd say like $30 for a cost per acquisition. And you're never going to be able to see like a product like this work if let's say that you're only be able to sell it for $5. That means that it takes 50, let's say on the lower end, it takes $10 to acquire a customer. Guess what? You're still negative. And you also have to ship out the product and everything. So being able to understand what are products that are not just like basic consumer goods, like sure, everyone needs like toilet paper, but are you going to be able to sell it at a cheaper price than Scott that already has a huge company behind it? No, you're not going to be able to. So you have to find products that are different, products that actually look like they are worth buying for more than just like a few dollars. And that's going to be allow you to scale because a product like this, you can sell this for maybe $120. Somebody can look at it and be like, wow, this looks pretty high gear, high quality right here. This right here, you can sell it for like $50. And the thing is, in China, you could probably source this for like $30 and ship it out fully, $30 to $35. And that means that you have how much money to play with? You have like $90 to play with for your Facebook ads to acquire one customer. And if you get past that, then you're unprofitable. But it's pretty hard to be unprofitable when you have a $90 CPA. So being able to understand that is really important. And yeah, finding products that actually look like they are worth more than just like a few dollars is going to be able to help you scale so much more. And in the future, when you guys really do have like a brand going, then you can have like different products on here and then you can increase your AOV, which is your average order value. So somebody might come onto your website and just buy this $120 thing, but somebody else, if you have other products on here, let's say you have, like an iron. I don't know, an iron or something, or like something related to this product. And this is like a $30 iron, and this is like a $50 product. And let's say somebody goes onto your website, and instead of just buying this, they buy this, and they also buy this and this. And guess what? Now you have an AOV, an average order value of 120 plus this, so $200. And guess what? For all of that, you might only require an extra, this might only cost an extra $5. This might only cost an extra $7 to make, right? So right here, it only costed an extra $12 to completely source and fulfill the product. And now you're able to scale at a much greater CPA, which is what is the most important. So now there's like $50 to source, right? Now you have a $150 CPA to acquire a customer compared to $90, which is so much better. And you're able to scale so much further from that. But that is not too important right now. Just focus on being able to find good products first that are able to sell before trying to sell other things along with that same product. Next thing is proof of concept. So you want to be able to find products that like when you're starting out, you don't really know like what exactly is a good product and what is good to sell just yet. And so one thing that can really help you is understanding what proof of concept is. And this pretty much means that somebody else is selling something similar to you, and they are they're able to sell it and actually make money from it. And you could see this whether it's through Facebook ads library, and you see that they're running a bunch of different ads, and you notice like, wow, like this guy's like starting to take the market and everything, and you're also able to sell it. And so your competitor might be like here, right? They've only taken some of the market, and here's the full market. And you could come in and slowly start taking more and more and more of it by publishing more and more ads. And this is the power of it. It doesn't mean that like if there's one competitor running it that you can't run it too. However, there are certain cases where a competitor is just too good, and they're pumping out 20, 30, 40 different ads every single day out. And by that point, guess what? They've already hit the full market. And the full market is for the competitor. And you can no longer scale in that. And so you just have to kind of take the L on that unless you're able to sell to a completely different market. Sometimes, right? For the derma roller, let's say for instance, let's say that the derma roller industry is pretty saturated, right? There's a big comp for it. However, what if there's another avatar that has never been sold to? People who have beards, who are trying to grow their beards out. And guess what? Now you have a full brand new market that has been completely untapped, and you can go in there and start taking market share. That's what these guys did, and these guys are a multi-million, eight-figure brand company right here. And this is a pretty real brand. Like these guys probably are nine figures by now. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. But that's very important. And so good margins is very important. Understanding like your profit is not just your price minus your cost for the product to source. It's also the price and also how much it takes to acquire the customer. So being able to have the goal to be able to still be profitable after spending money on your Facebook ads, acquiring the customer, and be able to ship out the product. So now the next thing is sourceable or not. You have to realize you're shipping something from China. And so if you ship something very expensive or very heavy, I mean, if you're shipping let's see if I have anything here. Like, let's say you have this like gigantic ball right here that you're trying to sell. Guess what? This is a very big product. Obviously, you can deflate it and it would be a lot cheaper. But let's say that you're selling that product um, as is and it's that big. Guess what? The shipping is going to be disgustingly expensive for you. You have to realize in China, they're able to produce things for very, very cheap. But the most cost that you're going to get is due to the fact that shipping is going to be very expensive. So I'll give you an example of this. This right here is probably like 3 or 4 kilograms, right? Or maybe even more than that. And shipping something like this that is heavy and also big is going to be at least just like $100 right there, just for the shipping, nothing else. Like not even for the product cost. The product cost maybe like $10, $20. But as you can see, like most of the cost to shipping to the USA is going to be the shipping price itself. And this product right here, this probably only takes $1 to make. Guess what? Shipping is going to be like $6 to $7. Well, well, $7 to $8. It could be somewhere around that. And so this is what you guys have to realize that shipping something that's smaller and is going to be much more effective and a lot easier for you, and you're going to have a lot less headache. So try to find something that's slightly smaller. Because otherwise it's going to really cut into your margins and it's going to make it a lot harder to scale. And plus, you're just going to have a lot of headaches in general with trying to ship out something like this. It's just really difficult. The next thing is seasonal or evergreen is fine. Sometimes you can just sell seasonal products like this right here. The only issue with it is you can't exit a product like this. You can make $5 million off of it, you might not be able to exit it, and that's normal. Seasonal products are meant for pump and dumps. You just make quick money from it, but then when summertime comes around or springtime comes around, you're no longer able to sell it, and you just kind of have to take the L on that. But that's the thing and the beauty with pump and dump stores. But here's an evergreen product. This is able to sell throughout the entire year. It's not like during Christmas time or winter time, people might have more knee problems. It's not like that. It's really just like, does anybody have knee problems? And if there are people who have knee problems, which is throughout the entire year, like whatever, then somebody will buy from this, and this could be throughout the entire time. Both of them can make a crap ton of money. And the thing is with this product, somebody scaled it to 300K days, like during season, like winter time. So it goes to show, like, if you're like first to some of these products, you can really make a lot of fucking money from it. And yeah, like 300, 400K days, like it's insane. Like what it's so stupid, like how much money like you guys can make in this space. But these are the product criteria that you guys kind of have to like look for. These are all the ones that I look for, and I kind of like think to myself about all these things before I actually consider like launching a product or not. And when you think about something before you do it, you're gonna have a higher success rate, and more importantly, you're gonna be able to learn from it, which is the most important thing. Because sometimes you guys just launch things that are cool, and you realize it fails, and then you don't learn anything from it, and you just move on and just continue testing it. That's just not going to work. But yeah. All right, so in this video, I'm pretty much going to be talking about like the best ways to find products and what I currently do. And the best way to do it is with Calidata. This is why I talk a lot about like calo ripping and stuff like that. And it's all centered around this whole idea that using Calidata can make you rich as fuck. And so what I do is I just scroll every single day on it, like 20 minutes a day. Sounds very degenerate, but trust me, sometimes you just have to be pretty degenerate from the start in order to make things work. Like you guys don't even understand what a winning product looks like, and you guys are starting to think about how to build a brand. Like, think about ground one first before you think about ground 10. So, Calidata is very great, and then we also have TikTok. TikTok, you can essentially just create a burner account and make sure that this account is only used for scrolling products, like only looking for products. And what you'll do is create a new account. You search up terms like buy now, TikTok made me buy, go through all those videos, like it, save it, comment, algorithm, whatever it is. And if you really want to, and if you want to buy like some products from TikTok Shop, just buy it on that account. Because if you buy anything on a certain account, TikTok is just going to show you more ads and products that you buy. And so just do it like in your free time. Don't like religiously scroll this thing. Like don't make it like a 20-minute, 30-minute day thing, because a lot of the time you guys end up getting a little bit like you guys start drifting off and start scrolling random stuff. So just make sure that like when you're scrolling this, don't like anything that you like are really interested in. Just like the stuff that are like cool products, like products that you think that can eventually be sold on your Shopify store, stuff like that. And then we have ads library right here. This is like a little bit more advanced, because the people that scroll ads library are finding products that already have proof of concept and people that are already running it up. And what they do is they find those products, and like I was saying, like you can find a product and you can fit yourself into that market by selling to another avatar. So let's say that they find like a derma roller, right? Essentially, let's say they find this derma roller product, they see that beard company is doing very good. Maybe they sell like derma roller for like people who are losing hair. Obviously, this is already being sold too, but let's say that they decide to sell to them. That's essentially what they would do. They will go on Facebook ads library, see that there's proof of concept that somebody's already selling it, and then they would essentially sell it to another audience. But you don't really want to do this. This is not very time efficient for beginners, and it also just hurts my head a lot when I do this, and I pretty much just stopped doing it entirely, because yeah, I just only use it now to find competition if there's any sort of competition. And this would kind of be like my way of like whether or not I want to run a product. Sometimes I find a product that's really good and really cool, but I see that somebody's already ran it up in the past month, and I just can't compete with it at all. So I just kind of ignore it. Next thing is PP ads and Shop Hunter. These are waste of times. Don't even look through it. Literally, just like these three is all you need. And there are times where you can even go to like China, like and just look around. And there's like a time in the year, I think, during China where they host like a big like event where they sell all different types of like winning products. And sometimes you can just go there and find a bunch of winning products, but obviously you would have to be a little bit more legit. So the next time that comes around, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be looking for new products to run. But the thing is, TikTok and Facebook ads library, they're completely for free, but Calidata isn't, and this is the best way to find products. So if you want to have your own account, which I currently do myself, I just have like a starter account, use Dummies 101 for 10% off. But if you want to save money and save a lot of money, actually, the better alternative is ToolSuite. And this right here is a $30 a month tool where you get all of these different tools. Like you get Hooked, HeyGen, you get Calidata, CapCut, you get Sora, Creative OS. You get all of these amazing things. You also even get PP ads and Shop Hunter, which is pretty nice as well. But you get all these tools just for 30. Actually, no, it's cheaper because oh yeah, there's a 10% discount for you guys. So you guys save, $3. You guys save $3, so you guys get it for $26 per month. You get all these different tools, and you save yourself a lot of money and a lot of headaches when it comes to managing all these different subscriptions with all these different logins. You just have one login and you just use this. And for me, I personally went through like 5 different ecom tools, and I kind of know like what is good and what is bad. And I would say that ToolSuite is probably one of the best ones out there. It's the cheapest one, actually. Cheapest one, and also has the most amount of tools. And the best part about it is there's less people in the Discord than like certain big ecom tools. And that's really good because sometimes if there's too many people running on the same like the same thing, it might lag out a little bit sometimes. So that's the beauty of ToolSuite. And so I want to give you guys the best of the best, and this is, in fact, the best of the best. And so essentially, this is how Calidata looks like. And you go to the product section and you'll see all of these different things. Like you see all these different products right here, all these huge revenues, and all these products within like the top 100, 200, 300, like they're all already being burnt and already being sold to. And I have a few criteria for like products that are good and products that are bad to sell. So the best part about it, first of all, is that Calidata allows you to see all these different products. And they have ads in it. If you go into like this listing right here, you'll be able to find all the top converting ads for this one product. And the thing that you do is once you find a winning product, you find, let's say you think that this product is really good. You click into it, you'll see all the ads for it, and you'll see like so many different ads. And you just rip the top 10 ads, bring them over to Facebook, and you just start selling. And it sounds really stupid and easy because it is really stupid and easy. And yeah, like that's literally all you do. You find a product with my product criteria. And here's some guidelines for like what products are good to run and like what products are not good to run on Calidata. So if you just take a look at some of this, first things first, Calidata is really powerful because you're just able to filter and go through products really, really quickly. It has all the top converting ads for you. So you don't even have to look on TikTok or anywhere else for these ads. You just download those ads and you just bring them over to Facebook. And guess what? The hardest part about running a brand is creating good ads, and your ads do 90% of the work right here. 90% of your success comes from your ads and how good of a product that you found. But let's say you found a good product already. Now you need to focus on your ads, and your ads are the main driving force. And so if you already have the top converting ads from Calidata, guess what? It's going to perform well on Facebook as well. And so this allows you to test really, really fast, and I can get out 1 to 2 products every single day within just a few hours. So when you're scrolling on Calidata, there's a few things that you have to realize. If there's any sort of huge brands associated with it, just kind of ignore it because the only reason why those are selling really well is because it's a huge brand and not because like it's actually like a very great product or anything. It's just because of the fact that so many people know about that brand and they're buying it because they see it on TikTok Shop. They probably see like a discount on it and they ended up buying it. Sometimes products blow up because it's very cheap or have a very big promotion. Stay away from those as well because those people are only buying it because it's really, really, really cheap. Not because it's a great product, it's just because it's a really cheap product. If somebody's been selling it for over 100 plus days, this pretty much means that somebody has probably already tested it by this point. And either they are printing from it or they have made no money from it. And so if you go in ads library and you can check, you can search up the same product. If there's somebody running it and they've been running for a month or two, then the product's already kind of burnt and they have already captured most of the market already. But if you search it up and there's nobody running it, then it's probably likely that somebody has ran it before in the past because there's a lot of people on Calidata just scrolling and scrolling. And they've probably already ran it before and they didn't see any sort of success with it. And the thing is, you might be wondering like, oh, like there's so many people on Calidata, like should I really be on this? Like, is this kind of saturated? The thing is, yeah, surely everything slowly gets more and more saturated. That's just how like kind of works. Like every business model is going to be like that. But you want to ask yourself, do you want to be somebody who's just late to the game or just get started now and just not complain about it? Because I found my winning product a month ago and it's only been a month. Generally, like big changes and like these saturation things happen like after years and years and years. So I've been able to find multiple winning products, actually. I've been able to find like 6 different winning products one of them was able to generate me $1 million a month. Another one generated me 300K per month. Another one generated me 150K per month. And the other one generated me 50K, 60K like per month. And so just think about it. Like there's no like thing like, oh, like it's just like completely burnt now and I can't find anything. Like you can still find some stuff if you just stay consistent with it. And that's the importance of being consistent. Stay consistent 20 minutes every single day. That's all it takes. And you'll be able to eventually find something. The next thing is sometimes these ads don't have enough video. Like some of these products don't have enough videos on Calidata. Like you might go on Calidata and you'll realize like, oh, there's no like videos for it. And for those products, just stay away because remember, creatives are 90% of your work. And if there's not enough creatives for it, you're not really able to run it and scale it. Next thing is Spanish ads. If it's solely just Spanish ad, stay away. Once again, that means that you have to change your whole website to Spanish and all that like stupid stuff. And it's also just not the best demographic to sell to as well. And any products that don't meet the criteria that I mentioned in a previous video, just stay away once again, obviously. And so, yeah, this is like most of the things that you kind of have to like look for when you're Calidata scrolling. Obviously, there's no like magic pill, there's no magic filter either. It's really just a matter of just sitting on here and really training your product eye just by being consistent. And every single day you do a little bit of it, and slowly but surely you will be able to see one product that brings you success, or maybe you don't. Maybe you test a few products and they don't bring you success, but guess what? You learn from it and you move on and you continue to grow from that. And that's the beauty of being able to have Calidata because it allows you to test and learn so fast because you're not building any of the ads. So all like 90% of the heavy work is already done for you. And all you have to do is guess what? You find a product, make a store for it, and rip those ads and just bring it to Facebook. That is what I'm teaching you in a nutshell. And it sounds really simple because it is pretty fucking simple. I'll see you guys in the next video. So here we are. This is how you are going to set up a Shopify store, and it's much more simple than you think. The very first thing is that if you guys want to get Shopify for literally $1 for just 3 months, just use the link below. I will have this link below, and yeah, I mean, get it set up, and then what you'll be using to build your website is a shrine theme. And essentially, what a theme is, it's like so different themes have different like templates and different ways of look like here. Let's just go through a theme right now, and I'll just show you guys how it looks like. So these are different themes. Like we have the Horizon theme, the Tinker theme, all these themes right here, and all these are like okay themes, but the most high converting is Shrine Pro. And let's just take a look at it. If you go through, and wait, crap, what the hell is going on right now? Give me 1 second. Let me just try. All right, so we don't have any products here right now, which is the issue, but this is how Shrine looks like. If I were to get a product in here, I will show you guys how it looks like. But this is a theme, and this is completely for free if you have the Crack Shrine theme for, file, and I will just drop this into the group chat, and you guys can use it, but use this to your own discretion. Don't blame me if you get like a store looking like this right here, if you get banned for it. So just take it to your own risk. It's completely fine if you get this like thing right here. Essentially, what you'll do is you'll just buy the actual real shrine. You'll go here and actually buy it, and then you'll just replace the license on that store, and you'll be all fine. But just use a crack shrine theme for now. Just get the hang of it first and understand whether or not you like shrine. If you don't really like shrine, there's also another alternative, which is Elixir. So this is a shrine theme. It's very high converting, very simple and easy to set up. Great for beginners. But if you guys want something that's higher converting and you guys feel like you guys can, still crank out stores pretty quickly, even though this is a little bit longer to set up, feel free to use Elixir. It's a lot higher converting. Like, just look at how much more professional this is. Like, I keep using these two examples because I don't have any other ones in my mind right now, but these are like, this is just so much cleaner. So if you guys want to get Elixir, there's no cracked version for this at all. So you actually do have to buy the theme. You can use code 101 for 15% off. But the best part is it's only $127 compared to Shrine, which is $350 for one license, which is stupid, really stupid actually. It feels pretty crazy to me. But I'm pretty much just going to go through like a live demo as to how I kind of set up this store. It's very simple, and the product that we're going to be doing is this product right here. This product is an amazing product, and it's really, really good, and it actually blew up. I remember seeing this like when it was right here. I remember seeing it, but I talked to my supplier, and they just weren't able to fulfill it. And you can see, this is crazy. 3 million in the past like month, 2 months-ish. and it's blown up, and it's just a really, really good product. We can just go through a video right now. And essentially, what it is like it'll just tell you when to stop pouring things. It'll tell you all the ingredients that you need, and you'll be able to create an amazing cocktail. So it's a crazy great product. It's also a very good Christmas gift for anybody who like drinks cocktails a lot and they want to make their own, but they don't know how to make their own because this is like a real desire. Like some people really want to make good cocktails, but they don't know how to because they're not like a bartender or anything. So by having this is essentially like your bartender, but it's just dumbed down to like this little coaster and this like little machine right here, and this is a very insanely good product. Only issue is that the Barzies, the person that actually like the company that owns it, they are a fully custom product, so nobody else can really compete with them. And yeah, I mean they made a fuck ton of money during Christmas and Q4, and this is a great product. So let's just go ahead and I will show you just how simple this is. I'm just gonna download these photos right here. Essentially, this is what you do. You literally just take the photos from Calidata. If you don't like the photos on Calidata, what you can do is you can go on Amazon and search them up, and you can find product images that are better. But generally, these product photos are not too bad. And one of your other biggest levers that you can pull is the product images. So it's first comes the creatives, then your product images. No, first comes your creatives, then your offer, then your product images. So if you have clean looking product images that look very branded, which is probably why Skyrider, these guys right here did so well because they look very, very branded. Like you can see Skyriders on there. And if you go, oh, even down here, you can see the Skyriders logo. And then you can see the Skyriders logo right here. Like you can obviously tell this is like made by AI because like it's here at first and then it's here afterwards. Like it's just really funny. But yeah, I mean, this is a solid product, so let's just go ahead and create the product now. So simple, you just click add product. Everything else here, let me just go through this really quickly. Home, this is where you're going to see your dashboard. Don't need to care about anything here. Orders is where you're going to see all your orders come in. Down here, these three you don't really need to care about. I don't think I've ever really clicked it. Products, this is just where you have your products and your collections. You can create like collections of products. Then you have customers. You don't need to care about this at all either. Marketing, don't need to care about this at all either. Like none of this stuff matter. Discounts kind of matter. This is like when you want to run like a free shipping or something, or if you want to run just like a buy two get one free offer or something like that. But most of it can be done with just kaching bundles, which I will talk about in a future video. And then content down here, this is where all of your like images and stuff are gonna go. You'll see it. Markets. This is only if you're like selling to other markets, but right now only care about the USA. Don't care about the other markets. Finances is where you're actually gonna get paid out, like the bills and stuff. And here are your analytics. This is just to go more into depth as to like what all of your numbers look like. And the really like main things that I look at is analytics, products, orders, and that's about it. And sometimes I'll go into the discount. And online store, this is where you're going to be editing your Shrine theme and everything. So right now it's on Horizon, so I'm just going to replace this. I have to publish it if I want to replace it, but yeah, there we go. Now it's published. I have to remove the password, but I need to get a domain for it. I'm not going to do that right now. So you go to products, and then let's just get the images. So here are the images right over here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Here we go. And I will just drag these all in, and then let's see what it's called. So it's literally just called a smart coaster. You don't want to have the other brand names in here, and then I would just copy this. This is like a fine name, like Smart Coaster 2.0 cocktail. Ignore this. You don't need to fucking put a description. Anything down here, just ignore all of this stuff. You don't need to care about any of this stuff. This is the important part. You want to learn quick just by doing. So just do stuff, and let's be pretty smart. So $45, $50. This is very cheap to ship. So you're going to have very great profit margins. This is probably like technology wise, product cost is going to be, I'd say $7 to $8 to make, maybe up to like $10, depending on how like advanced it is. If it's really advanced, it could be like maybe $15 to $20. Shipping wise, this is only going to be like $5, $6. It's not going to be too much for shipping. And just look at how small it is. This is so I'm going to assume that it's going to be roughly like $20 on the higher end to ship out a product like this and to fulfill it and everything. So I'm going to price it at around times three. And because this has a very high perceived value, and the people that generally drink cocktails are a little bit more rich, right? So you can sell to them for pretty high. You can sell it to them at 79.99, and you can do like a compare price at like 99.99. This is like arbitrary. Like it doesn't really matter what you put. 109.99 is fine too. You don't have to charge sales tax right now for this just yet. This is only when you pass the threshold for your state's sales tax, and then you have to care about taxes. But for now, you aren't even doing one order, so don't care about the taxes at all. Just care about that stuff later on. And I'm not a financial advisor or anything, but I'm just saying this because I've done this myself, and you don't need to care about this stuff. So inventory, don't need to track it. This is not important. Your supplier will deal with all this stuff. This is like later on, like when you're like a real brand, and like inventory and everything like that matters, and you have to make sure that you're properly communicating the right amount to your customer. Otherwise, they might get mad. But you don't need to care about this right now. For this, you can just put like 1 pound. It doesn't matter. Like 1 pound. I just put 1 pound for everything. It doesn't matter what I sell. Like I just put it there because why not? And yeah, you're done. This is your product. It's as simple as that. And you guys want to overcomplicate it? Go ahead and overcomplicate it, but I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. So let's go back to the store. And this is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to talk to ChatGPT, and they're essentially going to help us with I have to allow cookies. I've never seen something like this before, but I guess we have to allow cookies for this to work. And I don't really care if you guys see this store. This is like a dummy store. So here's your product right here. And now we are just going to edit it. And it's very, very simple. Literally just do this. Like this is what I generally like to do. I go on Gemini and I will paste in all the videos. So let's say like these top three videos, I'll just download them. Let's just go ahead and download this video right here. I don't know if Gemini is fine with taking videos from PicMate, and then you just go here and then download the video. Um, Close, download video. Well, there's an ad, so I'm going to let me just get a free one. Let me do SnapTick. This should be good. I think I think these guys also have ads here as well, but let's just download those. Well, all right, so I just wanted to hide that. So I'm going to just literally take this video in here, bring it into here, and then I'm just gonna have it give if I was a blind person, give me tell me everything about this product and what it does and the features that it has and all the unique selling points and the unique mechanisms that go along with it. So I'm just gonna say something like that, and it's just gonna analyze the video. What you can do too is you can go on Amazon, and you can search up cocktail machine or no cocktail. What is it called? It's like a hot. Yeah, it's Marcos. Yeah, there it is. And then you can do this. You can go to ChatGPT. All right, so ChatGPT is here now, and essentially what I'll do is, wow, for some reason these guys are not selling on Amazon. Very interesting. I would have thought that a company like them would sell on Amazon. Oh, it's right. It's like this product right here. This seems to be like a dupe or like a fake. I didn't even know it was possible to source, but I guess these guys managed to find a way to sell it. So yeah, I will just take this and say to ChatGPT, hi, please analyze this product. Literally say the same thing. You can say the same thing if I was a blind person, just tell me everything about it. Bang. I'm not like, I don't care about how I prompt it. It's going to get me the right stuff. And I just copy and paste all of this. Digest all of this information right here because I will be asking you to write copy for my website. And this is like the slower way for doing like website edits and stuff. I normally have this like fully automated, but essentially you just go in here, you'll screenshot this and tell chat to just fill out everything. Great. Now that you understand everything, and then copy and paste that screenshot, fill out each one of these. Make sure that for the text icons, you do a you about solely the most important unique of this product. Make it short and brief. Oh my God, I can't spell. And then fill out the other stuff along with the author and the testimonial that they give. Okay, so you submit that. And then normally, yeah, this is literally like this blueprint right here is a fine blueprint for you to follow. You guys can slightly edit it a little bit different, but what I do is I generally just have the product image and everything, and I have the FAQs right here, and then I have one important benefit, and then another important benefit, and then what do the customers say, and that's literally it. And you'll literally just screenshot this, bring it into chat, tell it, hey, look, I want to do X. Oh, I did not bring this into Chat GPT. But yeah, let's just do this again. But uh, bang. Let's see. And normally it doesn't give like the most perfect things ever. You can go in here and just like change up the ratings, 4.6 stars out of like 12,000 plus reviews. But let's like do it like that. You can do it like that. It's kind of up to you. This is up to your own morals if you want to do this, but every dropshipper does this. Like if you're just starting out trying to build capital, you just kind of have to do it. And then let's see. So these are really long. What I would normally do is like I'll just tell it I want the unique selling point to be a lot shorter, literally just like a clause. Yeah, so here, this is fine. Like you literally just go through and paste it in, bang, paste this one in. Uh, like you see what I'm saying, right? It's really simple. Fill out everything. This is already like all in the template. You just fill it out. Like, look, icon, this is the first text. It's really easy to see this. And then for your color, just go into theme settings, go to your colors and change the accent one. And this would essentially just change that color up there. And that's all you need to really change. Like, there's not much else. Just keep the same typography. You don't need to like do many of these changes. Like, just keep it as Poppins. For your logo, if you have a logo for your store, select it and put it in. But it's a really easy process to set up this entire shrine theme right here. But yeah, like once you fill out all this stuff, then you are good. And this should only take like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like if you're really locked in and you just like screenshot all this stuff and just ask ChatGPT, hey, what do I put in here? Like you're going to be done. And then eventually you save it, and great, now you have yourself a product link. So if you go back into your product, scroll down here, this is your product link right here. And so I can just copy and paste it and well, let's go in and there we go. And you can search it up. Oh, wow. Why is it published? It normally should not be published, but I can actually see it online, which is really interesting. But yeah, it's as simple as that. And there's not much else for you guys to really know about, I think, for setting up a store. Here, let's continue to see what we have down here. Oh, pricing your product. This is pretty important. So earlier, I kind of just gave you guys an example as to how you can price your product with the cocktail machine. If you go to 1688 and just, bro, I normally don't use Safari. I'm just using this. I hate this so much. I normally don't use Safari at all, but what you can do here is you can just screenshot this, and then let's screenshot this. We can go to 1688. Oh God. I will cut this out, but go to screenshots and then, all right, here we go. You search it, and then you're able to find the product. Normally, I don't think you, yeah, see, this product right here is just not sourceable. It's just not possible to sell it. So I don't know how exactly those people on the Amazon FBM are selling it. So yeah, normally you just screenshot it, and then you're able to find the product. Let's say that you see 65 yuan right here. Let's say this is the product, right? 65 yuan to USD. Let's see how much this is. $9. So it only costs $9 to make. And since like it's a smaller product, then you can kind of just assume that it's maybe going to be like $5 to $6, $7 worth of shipping. So $9 plus let's say $6 is like $15 to ship out. So you want to price your product around three times is the general guideline that I give to most people. Three times is like um, most of the time like your safe zone. And then yeah, if you don't know like how much it weighs exactly, you can go on AliExpress or Amazon, but you guys are pretty smart. Like if you like see like this bottle of lotion right here, like you probably know like how much it kind of weighs. It's like a pound, right? And if you were to see like something like this is probably like less than a pound, so it's pretty light. And so just expect, just kind of use your own intuition and understand like how much like the stuff is going to be, and then just price it 3x. And then if it has high perceived value like the coaster, then you can price it 4 times, 5 times more. And then after that, what offers do you want to run? This is very important. Your offers are really, really important. So do you want to run a buy one and just save X amount, 30%? Or do you want to run a buy one, get one free? This is like the holy grail. People love seeing this stuff. Or do you want to run a buy one, get one 50% off? Or do you want to run a buy one, get one, like get this amount of free gifts? Ask yourself, which one of these makes sense? So for this product, I mean, you're only going to get it for like your husband, right? Or maybe if I was like a wife, right? And if I was a girl and I was trying to get like a Christmas gift for my husband, I would only get one of them for them because it doesn't, you don't need to have like two or three of these. So what I would probably want is a buy one, save percent, and then the next quantity break, I'll run a buy one, get one 50% off. Or I'll do like a buy one and just do a buy one, like I'll just do a buy one get like these free gifts. So just really ask yourself like, does it make sense to have a buy one get one free? Not really. Like, do they need multiple of it? Not exactly. For this one, it works really well for like products that are generally like more expensive. So like product that's like $100, and you really want them to just buy one of it, then it would make sense to complement it with some free gifts. So it looks like it's like they're getting a nice deal, and so those people convert better. So really ask yourself which one of these really makes sense. If it's like a gift bag for Christmas, maybe buy one get one free makes a lot of sense because you might need multiple gift bags from multiple different people, and then right after that you can run a buy two get two free. I think Fur Shape. I'm not sure if it's this company. I think it was this one. Let's check. But Fur Shape tights. Let's go in here. Oh, okay. I think they just shut down, but they were running buy one get one free, buy two get two free, and you can run something like that as well for products that make sense for it. So the next thing is shipping. How much do you want to run your shipping for? Do you want to run free shipping, which a lot of people actually do, or do you want to run free shipping if they spend, $50? Or you can just charge shipping like $5, like shipping for just $5. And all of these are like generally fine. You can kind of test it. You can see like, oh, do I have a higher conversion rate when I have more people, when I have free shipping, or do I have a higher conversion rate when shipping is $5 and then I make my product price $5 cheaper? So you can kind of test all those things and see which one works the best. So for fulfillment, when you start getting like orders in, like you might be wondering, how am I going to fulfill my products? How am I going to fulfill my product? Either just use CJ dropshipping or AliExpress. Most of the time, I just use AliExpress. But now, I mean, obviously, I have a supplier, so I can fulfill like any sort of order with just like my supplier. But the thing is, you guys need to like have a consistent amount of order every single day before you guys hit up my supplier. If you guys just have like one or two orders a day, they're just not going to take you seriously. They're not going to give you the best prices, and that's just kind of how it is. Like you have to be a bigger fish for these supplier companies to really care about you. So if you guys want my supplier, they are it's literally like the person running it is American. So they are not just like some random Chinese agent you find online from like AliExpress and you connect with them and you're like, hey, like, how's it going? And then they're speaking like broken Chinese to you. I mean, broken English to you. This guy actually is an American speaker, and the people on their team have great customer support, and they are mainly English speaking, and it's very easy to communicate with them from a day-to-day basis. So if you guys are hitting 5 to 10 orders per day consistently, hit up my supplier. You guys should be able to have this information in the private connections for this Discord. But yeah, don't stress too much about like fulfillment just yet. You can kind of have your product sitting there for your order sitting there for like a week or two, and it won't be too bad. Like remember, you want to be able to like act quick. Like I'm not saying like don't ship it out. Definitely ship it out. Just remember, like you want to be caring about the things that matter the most. And a lot of you guys are like, oh, my customer comes first. My customer comes first. My guy, you're gonna lose money if your customer comes first. So figure that stuff out, and then when you really get once you start building up more and more orders, then really figure out fulfillment and making sure that you get all of your products shipped in time and everything is good. But yeah, this is like a pretty quick and easy way of how I set up my store. Yo, what's good, guys? All right, now this is about what kind of softwares should you get for your Shopify store. And there's only really one that's important. It's just Kaching bundles. I'll show you guys in a second how to set it up, but let's just quickly run through it. We have Judge Me reviews. This is not too important. You don't really have to care too much about this. Like the Shrine theme already has like some reviews on the bottom, so you can just use those for now. But in the future, like once you like really start to scale up, then I suggest getting Judge Me. And then also after sell, this is like post purchase upsells. Again, don't need to care about this unless you are scaled up. This is essentially like after somebody checks out, they can buy more products from you, right? And so you can sell them on even more products and increase your AOV. And like I was saying earlier, when you increase your AOV, you're able to have more money to play with in order to acquire more customers and able to scale even further. So that's that. And then also same with Upcart. This is like in your Shopify store, like when they open up here, we can actually do this right now. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Bang, catalog product right here. Let's go to the cart. So let's say we add this to cart, right? So down here, you can actually, like if you have Upcart, you're able to sell other products in here as well. So let's say something that's similar to a smart coaster cocktail machine, something that might interest this particular demographic. Maybe cigars, like people who generally like to drink, maybe they also like to smoke as well, right? So maybe you can have like some sort of cigar kit in here and you can have that as an upsell and somebody can just click it and they will add it to their cart. But the thing is, it's not going to make much of a difference unless you have a lot of people coming onto your stores. Like if you only have like one order a day, the chances of that one order being a person who actually clicks add to cart for another product that you end up selling like in your up cart or in your after sell is very, very low. Like generally only like 5 to 10% of people take stuff from your up cart or your after sell, and this is just like this is only if you like kind of do it like properly as well. So you don't need to care about any of this stuff just yet. Another thing that's really important is Disputify. Once you scale up, use this link to get Disputify. You need to block your chargebacks because otherwise Shopify will block your payments and you will not get paid out for a really long time. And I've seen tell stories of somebody having 100K held, and guess what? Shopify banned them. 100K. I've there's been a bunch of other stories too where they just get banned or you get payment reserved and all this stuff. So have this beautifier block your chargeback. Chargebacks is essentially when somebody calls up their bank and they're like, "Oh, I didn't receive my product," or "I don't really like the product. Can I just charge back and get my money back?" And essentially, the customer, they're always right. They're always right. Even if you ship out the product and it's completely fine, they'll call the bank, they'll charge back, and you get fucked over for it. And if your chargeback rate is over a 1%, it's more than a 1%, or now actually, if it's over 0.5%, guess what? Shopify is going to put a ban on you. Or not a ban, more likely like a reserve, but if you get past like the 1% mark, you might get Shopify payments banned, which is not a good look at all. And for everything else, I suggest using GoDaddy for $1 domains. So if you just get .store domains instead of .com, so .store instead of or .shop, you can get .shop instead of like .com domains, which is completely fine. These are completely fine to use. You're going to save a lot more money in the long run because if you're constantly testing new products, that means you're going to have to get a new domain every single time unless you have like a general store. But you're going to have to get a new domain every single time, and that's just not worth it. You're going to be draining $10 every single time for a product test. Instead, you can just drain $1 each time and do 10 product tests, and it will cost the same amount as one .com domain. Then use ImageEye for stealing images. I will have all of this like linked in the Discord. Background remover to remove the background of images. Canva for editing images. As always, Canva is like the best way to like edit images. Like generally, like I will edit the images on the product images, like the product images that I have for here. I'll generally edit these like a little bit, but sometimes you don't really have to do it. But it is like pretty good practice to do it. And so Canva, I'll use it to like edit, make things look slightly better. And then for color eyedropper, this is just like finding the right color that you want for your theme. Again, not too important. You don't need to have this. And then trend track for downloading ads. Like if you go on a Facebook ads library and you want to download like an ad and save it, you can use trend track to do that. And if you want to be able to track stores much more effectively, you can use trend track. If you use like code like D101 or something, I'll double check that. You can get like 20% off for like the first 3 months, and you can track a bunch of different stores and see their revenue and everything. But this is for people who are like slightly more intermediate and pro. Like if you're a beginner, don't care about that stuff. So let's talk about Kaching bundles. This is like your most important thing. Kaching, like the reason why I say this is because your offer is just so important. So let's talk about how to build an amazing offer. And like I was saying earlier, we're probably going to do a buy one and then buy one get one 50% off. In very rare scenarios, like I will probably do like a buy one, get like three free gifts, but I don't really like doing that stuff. Oh my God. Just give me a second. All right, great. So now we have Kaching bundles here, and this is what allows you to have pretty much offers looking like this. This is not a great example of it. Let's go to a pretty decent example. Maybe Thonson Kid has one. This is like all right as well. But all right, let's just do this. So first things first, you activate the app widget, so it actually shows up on your Shopify store. Save it. I still don't get why this cookie thing is doing that, but I guess it just loves to do this for some reason. I have literally never seen that. I think it's because I'm using Safari, but um, let's go here and create our first bundle. So you just choose quantity break, and then let's just call this Smart Coaster. And then you go down here. And what I like to put down here is like buy more, save more, or like if you're running some sort of deal, then you can put whatever you want. And then you just choose your product. And you choose this one right here. You go down, and then style, we'll do this all afterwards. So come down here, first thing, buy. Normally, I'll just do like buy one smart coaster, right? I'll just do something like that. Or, and then down here, I'll do a buy one, buy two smart coaster. And let's say I want to run a buy one, get one 50% off. Maybe I'll just do two, wait, actually, I'll probably do something like this. 1x smart coaster. This is like different every time. I like, I don't know why like I do it differently every time, but 2x smart coasters. There we go. And then right here, you'll just say, normally I like to say free shipping included. For products like these that are like more than like $40, I generally just have free shipping included. And I'll go down here, I'll do free shipping included as well. And then I don't like these. These to me feel pretty scammy, so I will do something like buy one, get one 50% off. And then what I'll also do is I will do a buy 3x smart coasters. Okay, definitely not 3023. And then I will just put it at default, simple, buy two, get one free. And we will put down here, free shipping included. And then you can have this right here. I personally don't have it. I don't really care too much about it. Like it's not, all this stuff is kind of up to you. Like what do you think looks good? And then let's say for the color, it's green. This is not a very great color. Actually, let's see if I can even get the exact color. Oh, amazing. I can. All right, actually, let's choose a better color. Let's do like gray. Gray makes a little bit more sense. So let's do gray. It kind of fits the theme a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I would just go into style, and this is personally how I like to make it look like. You guys don't need to do it how I do it, but I'll just go in here. I'll just change the border color to that, and then I will make this the white, and then I will do this, and I'll do like 30%. This is, or 20% is better. Yeah, there we go. And then for this, I will make this slightly bigger, drag this down, and then I'll do a medium italic for this. And then for this one, I normally, oh, this is, I mean, I don't have the label here, so you can ignore that. And then for the badge, I will just do the same color as well. And look, I mean, it looks pretty clean. And then if we're doing buy two, get one free, that means that the pricing is going to be what? 159.99. So I'll just do a specific price of 159.99 or something like that, right? You guys can do the math. I don't really care too much about it. Like, it doesn't matter too much. 79.99, 80 times 1.5 is going to be 120. So let's just put it at 119.99. Like this, bang. And you are done. You are done with your offer. This is a pretty strong offer to run, and you will see this on your website. It should show if I refresh the page. Let's see. It should be here. There we go. And look, and this is how it looks like in mobile view. See this? They're like, damn, I'm getting a deal. Buy one, get one 50% off. And this works fine because when you are selling or like fulfilling products in general, the first product is going to be like $20, right? The first like quantity break is going to be like $20. But guess what? The second quantity break might cost $35 in total instead of $40. That's why you're able to drop this price down because you're able to make more, still make like roughly the same amount in terms of profit margin, but you're able to scale much further. So that's how that works. And all of these things, you don't really need it, don't care about it, except for this. This is really, really important. Once you start hitting bigger numbers, I'll have a link down there. I'm trying my best to get a discount on it because if you get a discount on it, holy fuck, you'll save so much money. But yeah, GoDaddy, ImageEye, all this stuff. Just have these softwares downloaded and you guys are good. There's nothing else you really need. If you need anything else, like you can add it. It's just, like I said, 80-20 rule, not going to be helpful for you.
So I was recording the video and the mic broke, and Yeah, my AirPods just died out, so I have to re-record all of this stuff again, but that's completely fine. Stuff like this happens, it's just part of life. But creatives are everything is what I'm trying to teach you guys in this video right here, and kind of give you guys a pretty decent understanding of like what is a pretty solid creative. And creative, if you guys don't know what it means, is it's literally just an ad, like a video. A creative could be an image ad, it could be a video ad, it could be anything. That's a creative. Like if you want to just call it ads, you can call it ads, but I've just been kind of used to calling it creative. So this right here will move 90% of the needle. This is going to be very, very important for you guys. I said 70%, 90%, all this stuff, but what I'm trying to get to you guys is that this moves most of everything. And the reason why I say this is because, look, somebody's watching your Facebook ad. It's a shitty ad. They're not even going to click on your website. And even though your website might be this paradise, it might be the most beautiful thing ever, but if your ad isn't good, nobody's going to click on it. And if there's one thing you really want to like master, it's understanding what are creatives, how do they work, and understanding how exactly you want to rip in a very smart way. So I'm not here to give you guys a full like deep dive as to like what exactly are creatives and how and breaking them down like step by step by step. I'm just trying to give you guys like a general understanding of like what is a pretty good ad, because you guys won't be making ads. You guys are just going to be ripping ads right now so you guys can build a foundation, and then from then on, then you can start to care about what are the fundamentals, like what is the philosophy behind like a really strong creative that is very high converting. That stuff not too important right now. It's important, but you guys are probably going to just get brain brain overload and just not be able to digest all that information. So I'm just not going to give you guys that stuff. I want to give you guys no fluff, what is going to allow you to start printing money and start getting you moving, because that's really important. And the next thing is product images and offer will just move the rest of the needle, but creatives are the most important. And stuff like reviews, checkout page, your website, how that looks like, that stuff doesn't really matter too much. So remember, 80-20 rule, this is super, super important. And if you remember that on a consistent basis, you will really be able to understand, you'll be able to move much quicker. So where do you want to get these creatives from? So you can rip from Calidata, the top videos right here. Like I said, you can just rip the top videos, 6 to 10 of them, and just download them and just publish them on Facebook. And I'll teach you guys how I publish videos on Facebook. Or you can rip from TikTok. If let's say there's not enough content on Calidata, then you can go on TikTok, search up the same thing, and see if there's any new content on there, because sometimes there might be. In very rare scenarios, you can rip from Facebook if there's like absolutely nothing, and you can just re-edit them. But I strongly suggest doing this. Strongly do not suggest doing this, and do not create your own videos just yet. Remember, build the foundation. So literally, let's go back to the Smart Coaster. Let's analyze some of these videos.
If you want to win Christmas this year, you got to check this out. This is a smart...
Bro, that hook is just so good. And there's a reason why this is a top converting video. Like, that's the beauty about Calidata, is that you scroll down and you see all these ads, and it'll filter all the ones that are the most converting. And so you can see this video right here is the best one. And why does it work so well? It says this in the hook. If you want to win Christmas this year, buy this coaster for your husband. And it's directly calling out a specific person. And so they're gonna be like, oh shit, I do need to buy a Christmas gift for my husband. What should I get him? And they're watching the video and they realize this is a really good product. And so they buy it. And yeah, this is truly an amazing product for your husbands, because a lot of wives, they bought a bunch of different things for their husbands. They're probably wondering, what should I get for him this year? I don't know what to get for him. And they're like, oh, he likes making cocktails and he doesn't know how to make cocktails. You know what? I'm gonna get this for him so he can make all the cocktails that he wants. And it's an amazing ad. They just talk about all the features and stuff that it has. And yeah, a product like this is a product that all you have to do is just explain what it does. And I can go into the unique mechanism and like the market sophistication for all this stuff, but it's probably too confusing for you guys. But in essence, what I'm trying to just say to you guys is that this product works for just explaining what it does, like explaining the product. There are certain other products that require more emotional depth, like maybe like a back pain product. You have to talk about emotions and talk about how like, oh, you probably, if you wake up every single day with a deep aching pain in your back, and it's causing you to not be able to get up from your bed properly, and it's causing you to not be able to see your grandkids because it hurts too much to go outside, you should really check out this product right here. And that's like a basic way of making an ad. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it, but that kind of just goes to show like what is a pretty solid ad. And we can watch another video right here.
Let's go ahead and finish this off. Okay. There it goes. Look at that. It turns green. It's like, hey, you're good to go.
Right? This is just so organic. It doesn't seem like it's selling at all, and that's the beauty of TikTok videos. It looks so organic and native to the platform that when somebody scrolls on Facebook, they're scrolling, and they see this video, they don't even think it's an ad at first. They just think like it's some kid just like playing around with this coaster. And remember, people don't like getting sold to, so when they see something like this, they're like, wow, like this is a pretty cool product. They're just gonna watch the video, and from then on, they're gonna ask themselves, should I get this product? Should I do it? And maybe they will, and they end up buying the product. And that's why this, like videos like these that are just so organic, doesn't seem like it's selling anything, just showing the product in use, do so well as well. And yeah, I mean,
we're making a cinnamon.
This is the beauty of TikTok videos. Like you're not gonna get anything as close to as how natural some of these videos are. Like you can make your own videos with like AI voiceover, with 11 labs and piecing together content, but guess what? It kind of looks like an ad, right? And people don't like getting sold to, and that's why you guys literally just do the brain dead way, rip these ads, publish them, and you'll realize like, wow, this actually works, and it does actually work. So let's continue to go down the line. Good videos criteria, like I was saying, sounds organic. It shows the results or any sort of outcomes. So in the previous one, when we were talking about eye tightener creams, and you could literally see the wrinkles going away within an instant, you see the results and the outcomes, right? It's much easier to sell to somebody because they're like, wow, it actually works. It's not like a gimmicky product. Taps into any of their pain points. So this isn't really like a product that taps into pain points. This is more so like a product that is just cool. It's a good Christmas gift. It has the desire there because it's time for Christmas season and gift season. But let's think about like a posture corrector. If you tap into the pain points, oh, you don't get to see your kids. Oh, you wake up feeling this aching pain. You feel like you're getting older. That's also another pain point. And so if you're able to tap into those, that can be a very good ad. And the thing is, you don't need to have all of these things. Obviously, the more the better, the more the merrier, but you don't need to have all of these. Some of these videos just get really good into tapping into the pain points. Some of them are just really good at being organic. Like this video right here. Like this video doesn't talk about any sort of, this video right here doesn't talk about like the results or anything, or the product features or anything, or taps into any pain point. It's just an organic video of somebody using the product, and that's it. It has good engagement. So if you go into these videos right here, you can actually go into the TikTok link, and you can see how do people react to in the comment section. Oh, look, my poor, their poor, or blah, blah, blah. Let's just see. Maybe this is not the best comment section, but generally a good comment section would be like, wow, this is so nice, like I'm gonna get this for my husband, or this is such a great Christmas gift. I don't know why people are just clowning on it, but I mean, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people who found that this was a great gift. I mean, it made 3 million the past like 2 months, so it's definitely a good and solid product. So yeah, those are good videos. Remember, rip the top videos that you see from here and then publish them on Facebook and put your website on there, and you'll see the money start to roll in. And in the next video, I will show you guys exactly as to how you can publish the videos and upload them. All right, so by this point, you have a product, you want to launch it, you've made a store, and now it's time to actually do the most important part, which is to actually launch your ads that you have ripped. So you go to Meta Business Suite. All right, this is where you're going to be doing all your stuff. And this is what you do, step by step. Just follow this. If you guys have any questions on how to do this, literally go to ChatGPT and ask, how do I get started with publishing ads? And it'll give you a step-by-step similar to this. You can screenshot this right here, give it to ChatGPT, and it'll literally guide you step by step. What button do you click? This button, that button. And that's the beauty of ChatGPT and AI nowadays. You can ask it anything, and it literally knows everything. But step one, you're going to create something called a BM. This is your business manager. So you're going to go into Business Suite, and you're going to create something called a BM. And in your BM, you can have multiple ad accounts, and that's what you're going to be making next. And you have ad account 1, ad account 2. I think if you guys are just starting out, you can only have 1 ad account, but that's completely fine. And then you have all these ad accounts, and then what you do is you'll create a Facebook page. So let's say for this product, the Smart Coaster, I don't know, what is a good name for it? Maybe you just want to call it, I don't know what's a good name for this. All right, let's just be like freaking brain dead and just call it, let's say our brand is called Smart Coaster. So you'll create a Facebook page, call it Smart Coaster, you'll get a logo for it, put your logo on there. That's it. You've made your Facebook page. You don't have to post on there or anything, literally just the name and the logo on there. And then you create an ad account, you connect your ad account with your Facebook page, right? And then you get a pixel, and then you connect the pixel. The pixel is essentially what tracks everything, right? So every single time somebody comes onto your website, they view the page, that is going to get tracked into the pixel. And if they were to add to cart, that gets tracked into the pixel as well. Or if they were to check out or purchase, all of this stuff gets tracked in the ad account. And what exactly this looks like is if we scroll down all the way down here, you'll see these things right here, right? You'll see these metrics, and you'll see like stuff like cost per purchase, cost per add to cart, purchases and everything. And let's say this is like 2, this is like 3, this is like 5. This is what allows you to track everything. The pixel, right? It allows you to track how many people have done X, Y, or Z on your website. And it's essentially Facebook's way of gathering data on your customer. And this is really, really important. You need to have a pixel in order to run your ads. And from then on, what you'll do is you will get this pixel connected to your ad account and to the Shopify as well. This is all pretty simple. You can just watch a YouTube video on how to do it. Then you will verify your domain that you just bought from GoDaddy. Very simple as well. Just watch a YouTube video on how to do it. I might end up doing like a full A to Z course, and then I'll just give you guys all this information, like literally me like going in and just doing all this stuff like step by step with you guys. And then the next thing is just launch your ads on the ad account and along with the Facebook page, right? Very simple. That's it. No fluff. Like this is what you do. Next thing is, how do I test ads? So once you have an ad account, you need to create something called a campaign. And your campaign is where you're going to have your ad sets, your ads, everything like that. You don't really need to understand any of that stuff. Your campaign is essentially like the place where it holds everything, and then it has ad sets underneath it. Ad sets is like your targeting, like who do you want to target and stuff. But you're only going to be doing broad targeting, so you don't have to care about all this stuff. I'll show you how this all works. And then in your ad sets, you have your ads. Your ads, some people have multiple ads per ad set. I personally just do one ad and one ad set. It hasn't really done me anything. It hasn't done me anything like wrong or anything. I just prefer to keep everything simple rather than complex, because stuff like this doesn't really matter at all. Like I said, like it just doesn't matter. Like focus on the 80-20, and I guarantee you that, guys, that you guys will see a lot more success. So first things first, right? You got all the ads you have. You have 6 to 10 good ads that you have downloaded. It's in your files, and then you set the budget to $100. This is what I normally do it at. Some people do $150. Some people even do $50. I just think that $100 is the best for just starting out. If I have a lot of confidence in the product, I'll do it at like $200. But yeah, it all generally revolves around $100 per day. And then next thing is one ad set per ad. So as you can see, this is the campaign. This is where everything is being held. Everything in here is in this one campaign. And this is an ad set right here, and this is your ad. Like you can see right here, all I do is I have one ad. Simple, very, very simple. One ad right here. And this is like a very simplified, dumbed down. This is not normally how my campaigns look like. I just do this because I just did this for the video and just gave you guys an example of how this looks like. But have these same exact settings. This is how your end results should look like. And eventually when you kind of get the hang of it, then I will teach you guys how to really like make your campaign like a little bit more robust. But in the end, this is generally how like I want to do it. And then what you'll do is you will click create a campaign. It'll be sale, nothing else. Don't click any of that other stuff. You're trying to make money here, not get fucking leads or engagement or likes or anything like that. Click continue. Next thing, you'll name your campaign. You can name it your product, so we'll just call it like Smart Coaster Testing CBO. And then you'll see this right here. Ignore all this stuff. Don't need to care about this. Turn this off if you can. If this is on, turn it off. You do not want to have this at all. Like another thing too is, guys, just follow what I do. Don't look into any of this other stuff. Ignore this. Doesn't matter. I haven't even touched it in my life. Like, because I just know it isn't important. Have your thing as a CBO. This is campaign budget. So CBO stands for campaign budget optimization. And essentially it just means that if you spend $100, it will spread it across all of these things based on how Meta thinks will be the best way. And stop trying to outsmart Meta. Meta has all these touch points and all this data. It has billions and billions of dollars of data and data that has gone into it, and all this like great ad infrastructure. It knows what it's doing, and literally, if you were to publish an ad, it will know exactly who to target. Bro. This is why I'm saying, like, you don't need to have any skills to do this shit. So you put it at $100. Ignore ad set budget. Don't do this shit. This is like, I don't even think anybody does it anymore. Just keep this as highest volume or value. Ignore this stuff. Does not matter, as I said once again. Ad set, name it however you want. You can name it ad set 1, ad set 2, whatever you want to do it. And then what you'll do is conversion location becomes your website. This is exactly website. Sometimes it might say website and shop. Just do website. Maximize number of conversions. Always put it as this. Do not click anything else. And then choose your data set. So this is like a random product that I tested before. Is a complete loser. But this data set is equal to your pixel. So the pixel that you created, put it in here, connect it to your ad account, and you'll be able to click it. And then conversion event, click purchase. Sometimes you'll see this right here, which is like, oh, you've never gotten a purchase before. Why are you doing this? Ignore it. Just leave it as purchase. Do not change anything else. I swear to God, if any of you guys come to me asking about media buying questions, I'm just going to ignore you, because this is exactly how you want to do it. Just nothing else, nothing different. Stop overcomplicating it. All this stuff, just leave it as how it is. Like cost caps and bid. Bro, I get people asking me about cost caps and stuff. I've never touched it before, and there's no reason to ever touch it, ever. Value rules, don't care. Standard, just leave it as is. And then budget and stuff, just don't care about this stuff. Just like if you're launching at like, let's say it's like 6 p.m. for you right now, just launch it for the next day at 12 a.m. And then that way it gives a full day of spend. Normally I just launch everything at 12 a.m. As you can see right here, like this should be 12:00. But yeah, just put it to the next day. So if today is December 13th, then put it on December 2025. And then you're good. And then don't have an end date. Only turn it off like once things start going wrong. You don't need to have an end date for this. Like, bro, what are you doing? And then when I was saying that ad set is where you're going to be targeting people, this is the audience right here. You're still in the ad set space. And right here, don't touch anything. Literally, keep it as United States, and that's it. Ignore everything else. Like I said, Meta has the data. It knows who to target based on your creatives. So just leave it as broad. There's been so many media buyers who have been trying to outsmart Meta, and every single one of them fails. And I'm here just laughing away because I don't have to ever go into the campaign or do any like buttons or anything. All I do is just leave it like this, advantage plus on, and simple. Like I don't touch any of this stuff. Like I just leave it as is. None of this stuff I touch, and automatically it should be into the US. Then you have your ad, right? This is where you're going to put your Facebook page. Choose your Facebook page. So for us, it's going to be what? Smart Coaster, and then don't care about this stuff. Like I said, don't care about it. You don't need an Instagram account. You don't need a Threads profile. All you need is a Facebook page for now. And then from then on, you go down here, ignore all this stuff. Just ignore it, completely ignore it. You go here, click create ad. You do manual upload. Do not ever do catalog ads. And I just do flexible. A lot of people do single image. I don't really give a fuck. It has never really done any sort of big change for me, and it doesn't matter to me at all. I generally just keep this off. You can keep this on or off. It doesn't matter. I just keep it off. And then down here, you have your media. This is where you're going to add your upload your ad. So you're going to go in here, upload your ad, and then let's say you have 8 ads. What you're going to have is, if we go back up here, you're going to have 8 ad sets. And guess what? You have 1 ad set here, 1 here, 1 here, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. You have 8 ad sets, and then you have 1 ad in each ad set. And it's as simple as that. Simple, very simple. So let's go back down, and let's go down here, and then let's see. So then, essentially what I do is I go back to ChatGPT again. It has all the product information, and I just ask it. I literally just go in, copy and paste, screenshot this, and I ask it, give me a primary text, give me a headline, give me a description. Normally what I have is I have an offer headline, and then I'll have like a headline that's just like, okay, what exactly does the product do? And then primary text, just put in literally something like this, and the description, something like this. Very simple. And then for your website, put in your website product. Remember to put your product page in there. So like we were talking about earlier, just put in the product page, turn this off, put this to shop now, and everything else, ignore. You don't need tracking, ignore, all this stuff, ignore it down here. And then you're done. You publish it, and your ads are running now. So what are the metrics that I care about? So if you guys want to customize your Facebook columns, if you guys don't know what that is, it's essentially this stuff down here. How exactly, like, you can see like all the metrics and stuff. These are the metrics I have. You guys can screenshot it. Go ahead. I'm gonna go through here slowly, very slowly, for you guys to screenshot it. It doesn't have to be the exact same. It doesn't matter too much. Like this stuff is kind of up to you. Like what kind of metrics do you like looking at? And then in the end, you'll see something that looks like this and like that. Yeah, you see. And for me personally, a lot of people care about CPM, CPC, click-through rate. I only care about purchase ROAS and add to cart. I don't really care about anything else. If there's buying intent and if there's people buying it, that's how I'm going to make money. I'm not going to make money if somebody clicks on the ad. That's not going to automatically make me money. However, if somebody buys from me, then guess what? I'm actually making money. So for me at least, what I do is I just calculate break-even ROAS first. So if you just search up break-even ROAS calculator, you can search this up. It's available for everybody. So Ecom Vivid is the one that I use. So let's say for Smart Coaster, we're selling it for $79, right? Let's say it costs $5. That means my break-even ROAS has to be a 1.46. So this is what purchase ROAS is the most. This is why for me at least, purchase ROAS is the most important. So if my ROAS is a 2 ROAS, that is good. That means that I'm above my break-even ROAS. Break-even ROAS essentially means what does it cost for me to just be break even? That means I'm not making money or losing money. I'm just breaking even. And so if I have a 1.46 ROAS, that means I have a break-even ROAS. I'm not losing money or anything like that. And so calculate your break-even ROAS first. And if your ROAS, your purchase ROAS is consistently higher than that, so let's say you have a 2, 3 ROAS, then scale 20% on a daily basis. But if your ROAS is below that, then you can scale down. But normally when you're testing, I don't really ever like move the budgets at all. Like if I'm testing, I'll just leave the budgets for like a day or two. Unless it does really, really good, then what I'll do is I'll just scale like immediately off the bat. But if it's really bad, then I'll just go ahead and just cut the product. Like some days you can just tell on day one whether or not a product is good or not. Like if your break-even ROAS is 1.5 and you have like a 0.03, like if your first day you just don't even make any sort of sales, might be time to cut it. But you can also check something called add to cart, which is essentially like how many people add to cart. And you're going to be able to see this in this metric right here. You can see right here in the add to cart, you can see how many people added to cart. So if there's like a 20 to 30, if there's like a 20%, maybe like 10% of people adding to cart, then maybe hold on to it. But the thing is, these are all very, very arbitrary. It's kind of like based on how you feel. I can't give you like a direct blueprint because there's too many different like possibilities that can happen. But generally speaking, I just look at purchase ROAS and add to cart. If I have a lot of add to carts first day, but no purchases, I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'll let it run one more day. But if I don't get purchases on the second day, then I'll just realize, okay, so this product is like, a lot of people are interested in buying it, but there's not enough intent for them to actually purchase. But sometimes it could also be like, okay, I'm getting a lot of add to carts. What if it's because people are not buying it because the price is too expensive, or because there's something bugging them out and they are not fully committed on wanting to buy it? And so that could also be a potential. And so you might want to say, you know what, I'm just going to drop the prices down a little bit. So you can test that. You can drop the prices down a little bit and see if anything changes. If something starts changing and there's more purchases coming in, then guess what? You just fixed your problem right there. So all this is very, very, it varies so much that I can't give you an exact blueprint as to how like you are going to do it. Like if I were to hire a VA right now, I'm not going to say, okay, if a customer says this, you say this. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to just be like, here. So generally, like when customers like complain about, you know, the shipping time, you can kind of just calm them down and say like something like this. Like I'm not going to give them, hey, customer says this, then you have to say this. Because what if customer says something very similar to it, but it's not exactly like that? And I told the VA like, hey, you can't do anything unless I tell you like what exactly to say. That is so much headache for me. So that's the thing. Like you have to really be able to learn yourself and test products and see like, hey, like what kind of patterns do I see? Like I'm seeing patterns that like, oh, like products that like generally have like a lot of add to cart but on the first day are probably pretty good and I can still run it the second day. Or if a product has an order the first day, then you know what, it might be a winner. And that could be very much possible. And so when you start to run the product for a few more days, then that's when you start to realize like, okay, the ROAS is pretty good. You know what? I'm just going to scale it 20%. If the ROAS is below break even, then I'll scale it down 20%, whatever it is, kind of based on you. And when I mean scale 20%, I mean your budget. So if you have a $100 budget, right, then you can scale it to 120. Next day is going to be like a what, 150 or something like that. I think that's 20%, but something like that. Like all of this stuff is kind of up to you. If you see on the first day, you have like 4 ROAS, guess what? I would just double it. I would just make it $200 the next day. And that is completely fine to do. And you have a lot more freedom in this than you realize. And a lot of it is just going to come from just consistency and continuing to see these metrics and seeing what exactly works for you. Like in trading too, not everyone has the same trading strategy, but I can try my best to teach it to you, but it's not going to be very likely that you're going to be able to follow it exactly one-to-one. And so that's the thing. Be able to come up with your own strategy and be able to have your own intuition and be able to think upon yourself and wonder and build patterns. That is how you're actually going to learn and make a fuck ton of money. So another thing too, your metrics never lie to you. If you sometimes think, oh, a product is so nice, you've been running it for 3 days, not even 2 purchases, just cut it. Like, this is to show you that the product is just not good and you didn't realize this. Maybe the product is good and there's too many competitors for it, and that could be a very possible like scenario. And so then you just can't run it because there's too many people competing for it. But maybe the product you think is good is just complete dog shit and it's just not good at all. And so look at your metrics and base your actions on your metrics, because these will never lie to you. And yeah, this is all very rudimentary. Just kind of like take in and digest what I'm saying, but have your own little twist to it. And another thing too is just have one campaign. Stop complicating it. There's some gurus out there that say, oh, you need to have a testing and scaling campaign. No, you don't need to have that stuff. That doesn't matter. Facebook has made it very, very easy. Ever since Andromeda came out with like the new updates, the new AI stuff and everything, you can just have everything in one big chunky campaign and you are completely fine. Like the only scenarios when you're going to have new campaigns is if you're targeting new countries, but don't target new countries until you start to see 4 to 5K days at least. You don't really need to do that stuff at all, because United States is the best place to sell right now. If you can't sell in the US, don't even think of selling to like fucking Canada or Australia or like the top 5. But yeah, this is a full rundown of how to launch your product once you get it and once you get a store running. And yeah, so this is the summary of, I think this will be the last video for Dropshipping for Dummies. This is the free course right here. If you guys found any sort of value with this, I don't know, like share this with somebody else who is also trying to get into dropshipping and they can also start learning from here. But yeah, I mean, very excited about where this is going to take some of you guys. I hope you guys can really take this seriously and make the most out of it. But yeah, peace guys. It was a great almost 6 hours, 7 hours of recording this.
Yo, what's going on? So that was a very long course. I'm very glad that you guys managed to make it to this far, and I can tell you guys are pretty fucking serious about making this shit work. And so if you guys haven't already, take a look at the free Discord that I have linked below. That's what the whole course was kind of referring to. You're gonna find all your links, all your suppliers and connections there that I have given to you guys completely for free. And if you guys want more information as to how successful ecom has made people, I strongly suggest taking a look at the video down below with Josh, where I literally interviewed him talking about how he managed to do a 91K day dropping out of college, right? He dropped out of college, did a 91K day on Black Friday. I think he did around $1.3 million in the past 30 days as well. And so that just goes to show how lucrative this business model is. And if you guys want to really take it to the next step, I suggest going ahead and booking a call with me and my team, and we will see if you are qualified for our private community for a one-on-one mentorship. And so I will see you guys there if you guys are